Shalom, family. Shalom, peace and blessings. Godspeed to the 12 tribes scattered. My brother Yatazah, formerly known as Iram Allah, with my
Sure.
brother.
Well,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so I'll go ahead and let my brother Shire get into the topic of discussion today. Also, I put on the spirit and it's hard to talk about. As you can see by the title, Sisters Love Thyself Better, right? So this is just pretty much a lesson directed to the sisters. Go ahead, I'll take it from there.
Khan. So first and foremost, Shabbat Shalom, Ashar Shabbat. Um, Hope everybody had a wonderful Feast of Tabernacle. I mean, not Feast of Tabernacle, Salakia, Feast of Dedication.
One in the
Um,
same.
yeah, one and the same. So all praise to the Most High. I wanted to go into this topic because my wife and I were having a conversation about cosmetic surgeries and the reason that sisters get cosmetic surgeries. And this was more so her giving me um, what she sees on why sisters get cosmetic surgery, such as lip fillers or the tattooed eyebrows or the tattooed lip liners, BBLs, tummy tucks, etc. Right? Um, and she was explaining to me that a lot of women do it because they have insecurities, which from the outside looking in, you can tell with spiritual eyes that feeling that she has to get something. All cosmetic surgeries are not invasive, but a lot of them are, like BBLs, um, tummy tucks, things that require surgery, breast reduction.
Yeah,
Like
lip fillers, yeah, blood, yeah, tummy tucks, all that.
these things
Bleaching
are
your skin, yeah, all that.
right. These things are very invasive. And she was explaining to me like a lot of sisters do that because they they're insecure on the inside, right? Um, can you give me that precept just to set the tone, the 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 spirit of tonight's lesson, that the issues, all you brought it out last week, the issues of life come from the heart.
All right.
I'll pick back up where my brother left off. Y'all didn't see that last 8 day lesson that my brother did. Go watch that. Fire. Go watch that if y'all didn't see that lesson last week. Or a couple days ago, actually, ending dedication.
It's
We're
the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. It says, keep thy heart with all diligence,
keep
for
that
out of
mind with all diligence, meaning keep your sanity, stay sharp, stay vigilant, right? Like the New Testament teaches us to do. Read on.
it are the issues of life.
For out of it are the issues of life. What does that mean? We know that the heart right there is in the Hebrew talking about your mind, right? The only issues your heart is going to give you is if you got heart palpitations or if you got calcified arteries and blood flow is not efficiently getting to the heart and then you start having heart attacks and strokes. That's not what this scripture is talking about. The issues of life that Proverbs 4 is speaking about is depression, anxiety, insecurities, right? These things that weigh on your mental, stress, cortisol, these things, right? So the issues of life start up here, like my brother was going into eloquently a few days ago. Every problem that you're going to have in life is going to stem from up here. If y'all saw the lesson I did last week, I went into conquering this. I have a vision board. Me and my brother Yatas, I've been talking about vision boards, just elevating as men, right? Outside of the Hebrew Israelite thing, elevating as men, becoming better men, being more emotionally intelligent, getting in shape, sharpening our minds, communicating better. These things, like really growing as an individual in life, right? And I got a vision board and I got a mantra. And my mantras are scriptures, right? Not in like the Hindu light, but my mantras are scriptures that I wake up, I look at my vision board every day and I look at it. And the mantra that I have up right now is in Proverbs as well. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What does that mean? I look at that every single day I wake up. That's on my vision board in my room, right? Whatever you think about is what you're going to become. Whatever your mind, your thoughts are consumed with, that is what you're going to become. And Christ taught the same. And I'm going somewhere with this, sisters. Y'all just follow me for a second. Whatever you think about And the way you think about yourself is what you're going to materialize in the physical world, right? Let's go to Matthew 6, I believe. And I believe, verse 25. Store your treasures in heaven.
Uh,
20, verse 20.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Read on.
For where your treasures is, there will your heart be also.
There will your mind be. Where you set your treasures at, the things that you want, the rewards, that's what you think about. That's where your mind is going to be stayed on. So what am I saying to my sisters, right? We have to start loving ourselves, right? We got to remember a couple things, a couple of mantras in the scriptures that the Most High gave you to think about when you're having a bad hair day, or you see the next sister on social media, her body looks good. She's displaying herself like she worked hard for it, knowing she went and got surgery. Nobody, they're not going to tell you they got surgery. Some women will. But a lot of women who get on social media, they have the banging bodies, they have the perfect Coke bottle, they got the flat tummies. They're not telling you they're getting liposuction on the fat in their arms. They're not telling you they went to the doctor last week for their liposuction appointment. It just looked good. But ultimately, the Most High said this. Let's go to Psalms 139 and 14. And I'm going to get specifically from my sisters now. Psalms 139 and 14.
It's the book of Psalms 139, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous works. Wonderfully made.
Read on.
Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul know it right well.
This is what you have to understand, sister, especially as an Israelite sister, that you're the most beautiful creature that God created. One of the most beautiful creatures God created. You got to remember that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God took his time when he was making you. He made you exactly how he wanted you to be. Your 4C hair, right? Whether you skinny, whether you petite, whether you got hips, whether you don't, God made you how he wanted you to be. He didn't put you here and be like, hey, I'm going to put it here and I'm going to make her malfunction. And then I'm going to force her to feel like she got to get surgery. No, God made you exactly how he wanted you to be. Whether you light skin, you dark skin, you high yellow, you red, and God made you fearfully and wonderfully. And our women come in all shapes, sizes, colors, etc. And the point is that you got to start to love the skin that you are in. And there are natural ways to go about starting to love the skin that you live in. Right? All it is. Pull up some dark skin pictures because some sister gonna say, hey, this brother only got light skin sisters up. Oh, there go a dark skin. I stand correct. And get some natural stuff. Not with no bust down. Not with a bust down.
No, I'm pulling up this picture for a reason because I'm like, we gotta love ourselves better. You know what I mean? We gotta love ourselves better. A lot of us are, think the ideal of beauty is associated with a white woman. You know what I mean? A middle-aged white woman or a petite white woman. That's not the standard of beauty in our eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when we see our sisters who are beautiful at the core have a propensity to blonde their hair to want to look like a white woman, that shows and screams to me you have some character flaws and you also have some insecurities going on within your mind. Because I can look at this beautiful dark-skinned woman and see that she's beautiful, and I can see her hair, her real hair right here. Had she not blonded, would have been on point. You see what I'm saying? And this is going into the point the brother making. Like, if way too many of our people are augmenting our bodies, changing the way we look to try to fit a standard of who? Of Esau. Esau gave us a standard of beauty, and I believe our women natural standard of beauty is just, the best. But since we live here in Babylon and we've been, pretty much, decimated of our heritage and our identity, we try to identify beauty with what Esau's standard of beauty is. And you see, look, we see this all. Look at even Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Sierra, all this, everywhere I look, I see this, and I'm like, in Scripture, do you know blonde hair is a plague? Can we get that precept out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in some cases, when you have blonde streaks in your hair, it's looked at as leprosy.
Yeah.
And the point we're making is because we know some Black people have naturally blonde hair, right? Of course. But we're speaking from the angle of our brothers and sisters who, primarily the sisters who go and get blonde hair to fit the white standard of beauty. And our sisters do try to fit the white standard of beauty. And the crazy part about that, what's so diabolical about that, is that the white women are trying to fit the Black standard of beauty. They getting box braids now and dreads. And what do you call them? The faux locks. White women are doing that now. They getting their lip fillers because they want to look like you, but you want to look like them. And I'm not talking about the sisters on the live today. Y'all are pretty woke. But for the sisters who are not within the fold, who don't have the knowledge that you sisters have, that they are beautiful. Like, but anyway, this number's 12 and 10 to that point, right? It's like you.
Is that what I want? Yeah.
No, that's not what you want.
No, Leviticus 13.
Yeah.
Give me Leviticus 13. Right. So just to let me back on the point, we gotta love thyself a lot better. Even from the, from the inside out, you know what I mean? Spiritually, we got to love ourselves better. How God shaped you naturally is who you are, and we accept that. Be at peace with that, right? What's the bar that Drake said? I forgot how it go. Something. I forgot how it's like one of the first songs he had.
I can't remember.
With no makeup on, that's when you the pretty.
Oh yeah. I hope that you don't take it wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, bro. That's a real thing. This is how men really feel. You know what I mean? Sometimes, Black men in particular don't feel like they can say that stuff because somebody take it the wrong way. But yeah, go ahead and read that real quick.
Now, this is Leviticus 13 and 3. And it says, and the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh. And when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean.
Well, what verse now? Get the one when it's talking about yellow. Let me get it. All right, so we're talking about having yellow hair.
Yeah, I got you. Verse 30.
Yeah, go ahead, read that.
Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scald, even a leprosy upon the head or beard.
You see that? It's letting you know if your hair is yellow. Did you read the one when it said all over? When it goes all over?
No, I just read verse 30 like you. Let me read down because it's really 30 through like 36.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean that's the point. That's the point I wanted. I mean, read 29 for context. Let you know this is pertaining to men and women.
This is Leviticus 13 and verse 29. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scald, even a leprosy upon the head or beard.
You see that? Like a hair full of this is leprosy in the eyes of the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? So we identify this as beautiful, but the Most High God said you couldn't even be around a camp.
This will get you excommunicated.
This will get you excommunicated. You know what I mean? Or set aside, right? Where you will have to be placed away from the whole entire congregation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll be separated. So We just
So the
gotta
point
get.
is, I want our sisters to get back to loving your 4C, your 4B, your 4A hair, the coily, the kinky. I want y'all to start loving yourself and start looking at yourself like actual royalty yourself and carrying yourself like royalty yourself. Um, which is why I want to show that we're fearfully and wonderfully made by the Most High God Himself. The womb that you were formed in, the Most High was responsible for choosing the parents that came together to create you. He implanted your spirit into that womb. During conception, when that spark of life happened, the Most High was responsible for doing that and saw fit for you to be created in the fashion that you were created in. Now, we all know that there's room for improvement, right? But we're talking about improving, the naturally enhancing ourselves, right? Naturally enhancing ourselves, not artificially enhancing ourselves is the point. We know we can work out and get a more chiseled body. We know that you can get a hairdo that enhances your features, right? Or getting your eyebrows done in a way naturally that make you look more beautiful. But we're talking about natural enhancements and not artificial enhancements. Did you
And I
want to?
want, and I hit the link. I don't want to forget this point. I hit the link so a sister maybe can come on and just explain to us why they feel like a lot of our sisters tend to, like you said, artificially try to get these enhancements, right? To try to make up for the lack thereof. You know what I mean? Where I believe they're already gorgeous. So I want to figure out the psychosis from a woman's perspective. If you don't mind coming on the platform, sharing with us why it is so many of our women. You know, we know it's social media, the pressures and the influence of social media. But besides that, where is the what is the psychosis behind a lot of our women wanting to artificially enhance themselves? Like, where is that coming from? Like, is that like them not feeling desired, or I don't know. I just want to hear from a sister's perspective. If y'all don't mind coming on, and share that with us. You know what I mean? Really trying to get into the minds of our sisters, because look, if you love yourself, right? I'm gonna respond to this video real quick, Aki, and then you can.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's no way in hell we're gonna get on a platform like this, first and foremost, and two, say some of the egregious stuff that the woman is about to say. Right? Watch this. Let me make sure y'all can hear it. Let me share it again. Just want to make sure y'all can hear what I'm saying. Right? If we loved ourselves better, right, as the scriptures tell us, give me that prefer one another. If we prefer one another, as the scriptures tell us, right? That's in Romans, right?
Kind, that's Romans 12 and 10. It says, "Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another."
Prefer each other, man. That even goes down to the brothers, man, picking our sisters, man. You know what I mean? To mate with, to build your family with. I seen something that was so despicable, bro, that just had me in disarray. Was what's the dude from the Washington Generals? Let me see. See if I could. This right here just had me sick. I'm tired of seeing this ish, man. Y'all see this?
I just saw that a few days ago.
Come on, bro. We got to do better, man. We got to do
Send
better.
personalized emails with
Going
Gmail.
back to that conversation we had about Trav, man. Like, it has to be a concerted effort amongst our community to change the way we look at one another. Because I'm tired of seeing this bull-ish too, bro. One thing
I hate this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so disgusted by this dude. You know what I'm saying? For doing this. But it's something psychologically wrong with this nigga. To be, I'm talking about 5% body fat, a millionaire, and then you want to marry a goddamn Becky, bro.
Well, they don't see. The thing is this, y'all, is our people don't see the importance in marrying one another. We don't see the importance of that. We don't think it as an important thing. We don't have a nationalistic mindset. anymore. It doesn't exist unless you're
No.
amongst a BIPOC community. Like, other than that, you don't see the importance or the benefit of marrying within your own race. Go ahead,
And
King.
when we do have those type of thoughts and we do have those talking points, they try to get silenced.
Mm-hmm.
By saying, "Oh, we race baiting. Oh, we racist. You know. Oh, you guys are showing preferential treatment towards your race more than others. That's not cool. I thought we were just all one
And why
race.
not? But why not? The East Indian man does it. The Chinese
Right.
definitely do it.
For sure.
And the
You
white
get
folks,
disowned if you bring on a nigga in a Chinese family
the
or
white folks
Japanese.
who actually got bread, they do it. Even though their daughters, they rebel. Esau has no control over his house. I just want to say that. Esau has absolutely no control over his house. None. I just saw a video the other day on TikTok, right? Just quickly to this point, and it was a brother and a sister, and it was this dude interviewing them, cornball, and he was like asking her, is your dad okay with y'all's relationship? It was a black dude with dreads, and this is white girl. She was like, and then the black dude, he was a cornball, her boyfriend, he was like, her dad's a racist, like that. And I'm like, Esau has absolutely no control over his house, bro, or what happens in it. He has absolutely no control. But with that being said, right, we don't understand the benefit, and there's nobody teaching us the benefit of marrying within our own race. We don't understand that there is power in keeping our genetics strong, right? We don't understand that you don't want to pass down recessive traits to your children. You want to give them the strongest chance at survival. We forget all that.
To your
Go
point,
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Bring it up.
And you break it down. Ecclesiastes 26:19. It says,
Yeah.
"My son, keep the flower of thy youth sound, and give not thy strength to a stranger. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thy own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy side. So thy race, which thou leavest, shall be magnified."
Now, contrary to popular belief, the Bible is racist. The Bible is bigoted. That's a bigoted statement. Somebody, a white person, or anybody on the outside looking in, walking by, hearing us read that and break it down, would say, "You guys are bigots and racist." Yes, I take it on the chin. I am. I believe not only physically does it give you benefit, but spiritually, right? Didn't Paul say, "What advantage had then the Jew?"
Much in every way.
Every way. We forget that there is an keeping that Israelite seed strong, not polluted by heathens.
Facts.
There's an advantage spiritually, physically, and mentally. We see examples of what happens in the Bible. Not just talking about in life. We can go on for days with stories about what happened to interracial families in real life. But in the Bible, there was a specific event in the book of Ezra and Nehemiah where the prophet, the priest, Ezra, and the general, the governor, Nehemiah, had to put hands on the people because of the way they were behaving due to interracial marriages.
It's caused too much
completely
confusion.
takes you astray. Hold on, let me check in with the soldiers. So like it. Carry on, King.
Yeah, it caused too much confusion. You know what I mean? For to be intermingling with the heathen. You know what I mean? This is confusion right here, bro. Like this is so much confusion. Like our forefathers are rolling over in their grave, literally looking at this in disgust. Our foremothers are looking at this in total disarray and disgust. You know what I mean? And sadly enough, because you know the building block to our community is the family. So when you decide to procreate with another race, you are decimating the Israelite family essentially. Because now he's gonna, I mean, those kids are gonna still be Israelites, but they're gonna be raised in confusion.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be raised in confusion, man. So we gotta do better, man, on both sides, man. We definitely
to that point though, that Sirach 26, right? Again, there's an advantage to being a Jew in every single way, right? So to the sisters, I know we bring this out a lot. Like it seems as though when we're teaching that is directed toward men, but that's because of the narrative that the Bible is written from. But it's about women too. The women in the Bible believe these words that we read wholeheartedly. Why do you think the mother in Second Maccabees, the 7th chapter, took all of that on the chin the way she did? It says she took it with a manly stomach.
She did.
Anyways, that's besides the point. Back to you, sisters, right? Aaliyah made a comment that was very important, right? She said that a lot of times sisters have insecurities because of a lack of the father. I agree 100%.
Lack of the father.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I agree. I have three, well, I have two daughters and I got one on the way. I see it with my two daughters. They need the affirmations. Like they need it from a male perspective. Like, daddy, look. Like when they doing that, daddy, look. And they just start twirling. You say, hey, great job, sweetheart. That was excellent. That was a great turn you did. And they say, thanks, dad. And then they run on. They need those affirmations.
All kids need that. Sons need that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You need those affirmations, for sure.
As an adult, you need those affirmations. Yeah. Right. So how much more at the most impressionable stage in your life do you need those affirmations for you to grow and build confidence? And like this sister, Ekane, who I'm familiar with due to social media, who is a harlot of the highest degree, and she's shameless. We know what the Bible calls a shameless woman, a bitch, and that's how she carries herself, just like that, shameless. But I've also listened to a live that she did on this. She talked about exactly what Aaliyah just mentioned, all of the trauma, her father not being there. So she grew up, she was one of those grandma girls who was at grandmama's house, and grandma was in her 60s and 70s trying to raise her. And
she ran circles around grandma, huh?
She's getting TRAINSs ran. She's getting jiggy.
She was happening, it was going down like that.
Being abused sexually at a young age. And what does that do to the psyche? There's no one there to protect you. Where's dad? Who you gonna call dad? There's no big brother. There's no dad around. Mommy's getting high. Grandma too old. I'm out here dolo. And I wake up and then I don't have any self-respect or dignity because it was taken from me and nobody was there to protect me. Can you keep that daughter in straightly out real quick? Is that all right? 25?
26. It's the book of Ecclesiastes 26. I'm gonna get to the point. Verse 10. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
And that's exactly what Ekane did. She abused herself because she had too much freedom. She had way too much freedom, and there was nobody there to reel her in and protect her. Daddy wasn't there to say, hey, you're not going over there no more. And to talk to big cousin or big bro or unc and tell him to move around. Daddy wasn't there to protect her. So without those boundaries that a father provides to a household and for a daughter specifically, she got abused and then she lost all of her dignity and grew up shameless.
This is why the truth is important, man. I mean, you preaching to the choir right now. I just bring those points. Because I look at people like Rata, right, who has a lot of daughters. Me, you, right? Our daughters ain't never spent the night over nobody's house without us being there. We're not playing that ish. You know what I'm saying? You know how like we hear these stories where maybe a daughter or something like that goes spend the night over a cousin's house to get touched inappropriately and stuff like that.
That's they end up playing house.
That's not happening in the Israelite community.
And this, hold on, Slaki, not to cut you off, King. We got to start calling this stuff out, man. Black people got the most skeletons in their closet. I was breaking down to Yatazar some family secrets I just found out 2-3 weeks ago, and I was completely taken back. And it was secrets about a man who I respect in my family very highly. Very highly.
Lost a little respect for him after hearing that, huh?
Bro, I'm talking about Tank, like, this nigga really a hoe. Like, sorry, my language. Yeah, like, this nigga really a sucker for, like, this what we was doing? Yeah, all right. Anyways, not trying to get carnal, but you got to protect the kids. Me and my wife was watching or maybe I was ear hustling on a TikTok video she was watching, or I think she sent it to me or whatever. But like when you got kids over your house and they sharing blankets, ain't no sharing blankets. Everybody get their own individual blankets. All the touching that go. This stuff happened in our childhood, but nobody said anything. Nobody had the nuts or didn't know how to articulate. Hey, I've been touched. My big cousin touched me, and he told me or she told me not to say anything. See, this the real conversation that we got to start having. Breaking down Daniel 7 and Daniel 8. What about the sister who's traumatized and cannot get herself together because she was sexually assaulted at 7 years old by her uncle? How does Daniel 7 help her? How does that help her get her mind back together from all of the racing thoughts and hating herself? And there's no reason for her to hate herself, because she hates herself because she never got any closure. Uncle's dead now, but he had his way with her from 7 to 12 years old.
To your point, right? I knew a woman that I went to college with, right? Same scenario, right? Sadly enough. So her brother, which would be her uncle, would watch her for whatever reason. I don't know why the mother let the brother watch her daughter, right? But anyways, she let her watch him, and whenever she would or he would watch her, he would have sex with her. She told the mother that your brother is touching me down there inappropriately at the age of 8 or 9, something like that. And her mom didn't believe her. She took the brother's side, destroyed that woman's mind, man. So when she was in college, first year, second year, third year of college, she could never really love a boy or love a man correctly because she was dealing with this trauma that was never addressed, to your point, and never dealt with correctly because her mother didn't even really believe her. You know what her mother tried to do? Because her mother was like really accomplished. She tried to cover it up with money, presents, and gifts. She was like, "I'm just gonna give you money and gifts." She like, "Man, the hell with the money and gifts, man. I'm traumatized. So anytime I get a man that I like, I don't really know how to love him or really get close to him and gravitate to him too much because of this scenario that never was addressed when I was, 8, 9, 10 years old." This happens a lot in our community, man. We got to clean up.
Salakia, not to interject, but to your point, in the Bible, in the book of Tobit, right? Sarah was traumatized when Tobias was like, "The Lord sent me to marry you." She like, "Whoa, I don't think so. I don't think we can do that." Every man, all 7 men on the Lakewood got killed by a demon in the marriage chamber. And this is on a micro level. She's doing things right, but she was traumatized due to all of the sexual things that she had been through and the sexual trauma. That we got to remember that women are receivers. Men are givers. Women are receivers. They receive the information, they receive the abuse, and then they have to sit there and incubate. Yeah, they marinate. Excellent. They marinate and incubate the trauma. Men have a tendency where we can be like, "Man, after that, okay, whatever, on to the next." But she's sitting there crushed. And then she starts to develop this Stockholm syndrome that we talk about with our people, where it gets to a point where, because the trauma never got addressed, she was never told that that was inappropriate, that she starts to create, especially when the trauma is, or the abuse is happening over spans of years, is that she starts to actually love the abuser. That's Stockholm syndrome.
Give me that watch out for our souls in Ezekiel. We got to be watchmen, men and women alike, right? We see something that's inappropriate. We see something that's tricky. We see something that's a little tricky, within the camp or within a family member. We on top of that, man. We got to do everything in our power to protect the next up-and-coming generation. You know what I mean? One of the things I do, that me and my wife agree upon, is our kids don't stay the night with nobody unless we're there. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least at a talking age, you know what I mean? They got to be like fluently talking. And I down there don't even. I'm just not trusting it. I didn't heard too many stories, growing up in the project, so that's not happening. They got to be within an area or a place that I can trust. Mm-hmm. And there ain't too many people I can trust. I'm gonna keep it a bean, you know what I mean? Unless they keep these laws. So, I don't put my children in precarious situations. They only know me and my wife. You know what I mean? That's how I want to keep it. Do they hang out with grandma, grandpa? Yeah, they do. They get a chance to hang out with them, but it's under our supervision. It's under our supervision. That's how it's always going to be. You know what I'm saying? But read that up.
Con, this is Ezekiel 33:7. It says, "So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel."
We got to watch out for our kids, man. Like the brother said, we got family that's hiding this information. Black families are so stupid and retarded that we hide information that needs to be talked about. Why are you hiding this? You can't hide it anyways. The Lord gonna reveal it anyways, right? What's in the dark gonna come to the light.
Come to the light, yeah. Especially if you're an Israelite. The Lord don't waste time with Israelites. That's why you can't get away with nothing.
So it'd be in your best interest to talk about it so we can get around it and hopefully not affect others. Because hurt people, right?
Okay.
But what happens is this gets swept under the rug. They don't want it to come out. And then the next generation gets hurt as well because that person trauma was never dealt with correctly. And then they go off and hurt somebody else or become a harlot like her.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to start fixing these things. And the laws of God has showed us how to do these things. You know what I mean? Training up according to the scriptures, man. And keeping people and if people not with these scriptures, keep them the hell out of your life, man.
That's the key. What you said. The scriptures have given. We live in an age now where we're not going for that. Like the negligence that was shown during our childhoods and other Black and Hispanic childhoods is stopped with us. All of the secrets. We asking questions now. Unc was a homosexual. Well, why is he around? He can't be around when we come around. He got to stay at the crib. He's not allowed here while I'm in his presence. Oh, Unc was a pedophile. If I see him, we got to squabble up. And he's going back home beat up. There is no, the line stopped with us. And the Bible did that. The Most High put it in our spirits to give us the wisdom and to search out the wisdom to fix our community. We have the key. The Bible's the key to the fix.
We don't mind ostracizing people.
For sure. We're
not no left-wing liberal thoughts. Oh, all inclusive, everybody has to be amalgamated among us, and you know we're gonna do the best our can and use these superlatives and this binary language not to offend
conservatives. We are Republicans around here. Hold on, Paul.
We don't give a goddamn about how you feel. If you are a flaming, you're getting baptized.
God,
if you are a pedo, you're getting baptized and ostracized.
Facts. And I'm going to make you feel very uncomfortable. Like, I'm going to make you feel, and I'm going to put you on blast.
I love my boy Kendrick for doing that song. You know what I'm saying? Not like us.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Because we not tolerating. I don't give a goddamn how much money you got, Drake. If them allegations are true, you need to get fired, nigga. And everything in your life needs to be destroyed.
And they need to throw you underneath the worst jail.
Under the jail. You know what I'm saying? Because you just violated the chastity of a young, impressionable, youthful girl who's probably not going to recover from that.
And the Most High don't play about the daughter, bro.
What the hell is a 36-year-old man doing with a 16-year-old anyways?
Come on. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Why are you 36, Drake, and you hanging out? They got you on camera hanging out with girls that's in high school. They got you going into girls' high school locker room. Like, what is that about? Why are you hanging out at high schools and you 36, my G? What's that about? Don't make any sense. So, yeah, it ain't far-fetched that, you know, what Kendrick was saying. And I'm sure Kendrick probably got the evidence. He probably got the evidence. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come out soon. But anyways, the point I'm making is we have to shame that type of behavior to where the pedophiles and the flaming king don't even feel comfortable coming out because it's evil and dark. The scriptures say, kill it. So it doesn't spread among the body. Literally, the Lord said, kill it. So it doesn't spread among the body. That's what the Lord says. You see what I'm saying? We saying more in the spiritual sense, we're going to get rid of it. But play this video, man. This is an example of us not loving ourselves right here.
What kind of play would you do to get me in the mood and horny?
Pull out them racks.
Money don't make me.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna let you play it through. Why is that the first? This is a platform where they're going on here and pretty much speed dating, right? Why is the first question you ask sexual? That's all they take is if he answered right on how he's going to warm up your vagina. That's all they take for him to get in your pants. That's how much you worth. Anyways, you can play.
But you see how he responded? He said, "I'm a prostitute you."
Yeah.
We breaking the laws every which way. She's a harlot. Okay, he's a harlot. And he's like, "Well, I'm a prostitute you." Right? Let's listen to what the brother said. Let's listen to his response.
What kind of play would you do to get me in the mood and horny?
Pull out them Rex.
Bands will make
It's
her
prostitution, huh?
dance. Bands will make
This is
her dance. Yo, the black community is cooked. And the only way to cleanse it is through the scriptures.
The Bible,
And
bro. The Bible can fix
that's
this.
it. Islam, I bet you that brother is Muslim or something close. Islam don't work. It don't work.
It'll work.
In Christianity, we know Christianity is chopped. It damn sure ain't the way. Christianity ain't even a religion, not because for you to have a religion, that means you have to have practices, right? There is no Christian practice. Christianity is.
Well, you know, they go to church on Sunday. They do communion. You know what I mean? They
hang out with the homies on Sunday.
They have a damn concert every Saturday or every Sunday. You know, so they got a little practices they do. It's definitely not in scripture, but they got their little practices. You know what I'm saying? In Christianity, running up and down the pews.
Oh yeah, you catch on the spirit.
They do. They do all that foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
The Holy Ghost dance.
The Holy Ghost dance. Leviticus 19 and 29, and it reads, it says, do not prostitute thy daughters to cause them to be a whore, lest the land fall into whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness, man.
But hold on, our men then got so lame. Bro said he didn't even have enough gift of gab to even say anything charming. That nigga said, I'm gonna pull out these racks. Nigga, what? That's all you got? That's all that's up there, my brother? Just, I'm gonna pull out these racks. And that's what our women have literally just given themselves up to. Like, I'm gonna give some empirical evidence real quick, y'all. Everybody that's been following us and been watching our teachings for the past 4 years know I've worked security, armed security in the club setting, in the belly of sin. I was literally in the whale's belly for 3 to 4 years. I've seen it all. And that's all it take. A brother comes, he got on some nice moissanite diamonds, right? Not VVS, not very, very slight. Moissanite, sometimes cubic zirconium. It looks really good in club lighting. Looks very good. He got on the bubble chain, right? He pulls up with the bubble chain, and that's all it takes for the sister. Let me get her 3 lemon drops, and she's on go. I'm gonna pull out a stack full of ones, because that's what they bring into the club. A stack full of ones is 100 ones, and I'm gonna do like this while I'm in the club listening to Boss Man D-Lo, and I'm taking her home. And that's all it take. We got to start, and that stems back to not loving yourself. You finna go lay down with this dirty D Negro who you don't know from Adam and Eve or a can of paint, and you might get pregnant. I'm so mind blown on how many women. I was talking to my wife about this probably a few months ago. How many women are pregnant by a man they were never in a relationship with? They bore children with a man they never had a relationship.
No, that's a real shit. No, that's a real thing out here in California. Like, they have a Super Bowl cruise out here, right? Every year they go on the Super Bowl cruise, and it's just pretty much a bunch of folly. Like, it's just a party full of folly. You know what I mean? It's just reveling going on that cruise, and unlimited drinks. And from my understanding, if women that get pregnant around that time probably don't know who the father is, because she probably has slept with 4 or 5 dudes on that cruise, that 3-day cruise. That's what the homies was telling me, you know, back in the world. I never went on the cruise. I just heard about it. They said this is crazy. It's just a free fall, like where.
And again,
you're on a cruise, you're getting unlimited drinks all day, and you're partying pretty much all day, and you don't got nowhere to go but on this cruise. So you're on this boat, and they having all kind of events all day, all night, and you got your own room. So what are you gonna do? It's not like you can go shop unless the cruise stop. So you just there, and you just having sex, lawlessness. You know what I'm saying? Just folly, foolishness. And I heard the women that got pregnant during those times probably don't know who their father is. Don't know who the father of the baby is.
And now look what you've done, though, because now it's not about you anymore. A child involved here who's never gonna know their father ever, and because you were irresponsible with your body, because you don't love yourself. That's what we got to do. We got to start loving ourselves, especially the sisters. We got to. Y'all got to start caring about yourselves a little bit more.
Let's get love according to the scriptures. 1 John 5:3. I'm not going to even assume we know what that is. You know what I mean? Let's see what the
And I
Bible
get 2 John too. I'm gonna hold it after this.
Okay.
John, this is 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. And it reads, "For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous."
They're not hard. They're not hard, man, if you love the Most High God. The Most High God said, my sister, if you love me, you would cover up. You wouldn't have the entire of a harlot. Brother, if you love your nation, you're not going to be pulling out ones and racks and want to throw it and pour, make it rain on the sister, man. Because you're going to look at her like, damn, that's my sister. That's my sister. And if you're attracted to her, then go through the proper channels to do it right. Don't exploit her on national television, you know what I mean? Because, Instagram and all that is national television now. And probably like 200,000 people and watch this damn thing, man. If it got 1,000 comments, I'm sure it got like hella views.
Yeah.
Right? This is so the degradation of our people is so crazy at this point, man. Something has to change, man. I pray tirelessly that our people have a brain shift, you know what I mean? And understand that this ain't cool, bro. This ain't cool whatsoever, man.
And the thing is, the people who are the ones who control the algorithm, who make hundreds of thousands of people see these viral clips, those people are the ones that are pushing this and won't teach you how to love yourself. They want you to keep getting on these platforms and embarrassing yourself. Because this is embarrassing to the other nations. I don't know if y'all know, but every other race, when they look at us, they shake their head. That's Bible. We are a shaking of the head amongst the people. Yeah, that right there. That's what people do when they look at us on social media and out and about. They don't look at, how do we expect? I'm gonna say this: Black people shouldn't be marching no more. You don't even respect yourself. What are you marching for? You have no dignity. You don't have any royalty, no honor. Nobody respects your marches. What's the brother name? George, the one that knee on the neck. Help me out.
George Floyd.
George Floyd is a damn afterthought now. He's a thought in the back of your mind. And all of the other Black men that have died, Breonna Taylor, all of them are thoughts. They're thoughts now. Nobody give a damn. Nobody's seeking justice anymore, except probably the immediate family. Y'all march for 2 seconds, and then it's over. And now it's back to this. And then the people who control the algorithm, YouTube, this is what's being pushed to your news feed. Nobody cares about George Floyd anymore. This brother who just got murdered by 13 police officers, in the next 6 months, he's not going to be heard of anymore. He's going to be an afterthought.
Right.
Because nobody respects us as a nation. The powers that be don't see our problems as serious or anything that needs to be dealt with. They don't give a damn because we don't respect ourselves. This is what we get on platforms and do. You can play the video now. Go ahead and play that through.
No, I wanted to highlight this first comment, right? It says, his mother raised him right. Don't run, don't walk, run. But no, she didn't. No, she didn't. His first response was to prostitute her. Right? That was the first response. Now, you know what? I'm not going to even put that on his mom. I don't know how she raised him. All I know is his first response was to prostitute the woman. And that's not something that we cool with, you know what I mean, doing to our sisters. The scriptures tell us not to do that. Right? So we got to get that right. We got to stop sensationalizing BS. Philippians 3. Like, we glorify stuff that we should be ashamed of. This is something that we should be ashamed of. Yeah, the energy is hella masculine from the sister. Like, she sounds very, very aggressive. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't know who she is. She's very.
I don't know who she is.
She's very trendy.
She's trendy, okay. TikTok.
Yeah, well, everywhere on YouTube too. She in the streaming platform. She be on different people's lives, streams and stuff like that. She on there with the short nigga named Deshae. He's a evil Negro too.
Oh yeah, Deshae. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he that nigga's wild. That's a wild boy, man. Him and his mama, man. His mama
And his sister.
Yeah, and his sister. Yeah, his mom promoted the bad behavior,
The
prostituting her
whole
daughter.
family is tore up.
Yeah,
And then you know what's so cold about the Shay situation? Where the Shay daddy at?
his mother cheated on him, so he ain't nowhere to be around.
Exactly.
He ain't nowhere to be around. So she's running the family.
Exactly. My point exactly. Case in point.
It was a particular comment I seen. I can't find it, but I'm gonna just.
What kind of play would you do to get me in the mood and horny?
Pull out them racks.
Money don't make me horny.
Yeah, all right.
That would have been the shit.
Wait, hold on.
How you get hit with a straight like that?
Bro, I don't know what I did. She just be.
What would you do? Would you eat my cat from the back like that?
No.
Pause. Yo.
Wow.
And our sister's so freaked out, bro. Like, we are the most. I still can't say we more sexually promiscuous than Esau, because we're not. Esau is.
No, we not. No, we ain't.
We are nowhere near on Esau's level. I ain't gonna say that, but we are, bro. We are so sexually promiscuous, so openly. There is absolutely no shame in our game, and that is a problem. There's no shame. You're gonna eat my cat from the back on live television. Fatherless behavior. Ain't that what they say? Fatherless behavior. Give me a break, man. That is a pause. we gotta start loving ourselves, man. And you sisters gotta start spearheading this movement. Because it's one thing to come from us brothers. I've learned this. Talking to my wife, I started listening. I'm like, okay, well, how do you see it then? Because I don't even want, when I speak about women, I don't even want to come from my own perspective. What is it that y'all see? So I know I'm attacking this correctly from a right angle. My teachers have evolved listening now. And sisters, y'all need a man. Y'all need a guide to guide y'all through life. What's so cold about the scriptures is that from the age of a woman's conception to the time of age, she always has masculine leadership. It goes from the dad to either the husband. If she gets widowed, then she's under the protection of the spiritual leader. There's always a man helping guide them, because when you leave yourselves by yourselves, you end up like Cain. I have a lot of testimonies from women who have said, I'm not throwing any names. If it wasn't for the man that was in their life, they would have been a hoe. They probably would have been a baby mama like you see on the internet if it wasn't for that man in their life. And this is not tooting the horn of the man, but this is why it's necessary for him to be there, because going back to what we said earlier, I see it with my own children. I have all girls. I don't have a boy. I haven't been blessed with a son yet. My brother Yatazai, he has a son. I got all girls. I am a girl dad, certified. You got to give them the affirmations, and you got to control their mind. You have to mold it and form it in order for them to grow up and to love themselves and be changed. Because this is embarrassing to a father. Cain is an embarrassment. I would be sick to my stomach going on YouTube and seeing my daughter behaving like this. I would damn near want to kill myself. This is a disgrace. Like, this is actually somebody's daughter. Like, people don't be thinking like that. Like, this is somebody's granddaughter. This is somebody's niece.
How about this? This is the Most High daughter.
It's the Most High daughter.
She's a daughter of Zion.
And she's behaving recklessly. This is not a representation of the Most High.
See, we don't think of it like that. You know what I mean? The young boy in the video, he seemed like a cool dude, you know what I mean? But he not understanding you want to throw them racks. Man, but you talking about prostituting the daughter of Zion, bro. You don't have any interest in marrying this woman. You just want to have your way with her and then kick it to the curb. But that's called fornication, brother. And the Most High God gonna judge that severely. At least you repent. We don't understand that. What's the scripture say? Marriage is honorable
in all things, but fornicators. Let me get that.
He said marriage is honorable in the bedroom undefiled.
Let me get that for you, Cap.
The bedroom is where you're supposed to have all this sexually explicit conversation go on with you and your wife, not the whole entire world to know, not the whole goddamn entire social media to come and be invited into your bedroom. This is crazy, man. We gotta shame this behavior, man. I'm tired of seeing this, bro. I'm tired of seeing this, man. Social media is destroying the minds of our people, man. Men and women alike. Bring it up.
Kindness, Hebrews 13:4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
Plain upon the table, man. And we know the judgment ain't gonna be the lake. So hope my people repent.
And sisters, y'all have to. I made a Facebook post. I know some of y'all sisters are my friends on some of my social media accounts. Some of y'all not. I made a post that said nobody hates women more than women, and that is 100% facts. It's not a man versus woman thing. It's really a woman versus woman thing. Y'all hate each other. I'm gonna use an example, right? Cooking with Kaya. I don't condone the way that Cooking with Kaya was presenting herself. The issue I saw though with sisters is that sisters was trying to say that they didn't like, and this is not all sisters. This is some sisters I saw on social media reading the comments. They were saying, "Why does she have to twerk? Why does she have to wear revealing clothing while she's cooking?" That wasn't the reason you didn't like that girl. You didn't like her because she was on there and she was cooking and she was saying, "If you don't cook for your man, I will." And
yeah, that's what got them mad. Yeah,
that's what got you mad. It ain't that she twerking, because you twerk all day. You twerk on Facebook Live for free. She's getting paid.
Yeah, you pray. Yeah, you pray that, you know what I mean, man allow you to be free. Isn't that what y'all, fight for? These left wing.
But then you got a sister exercising her liberty on social media.
Can't be mad at the twerking, man.
It's her body, her choice. But all of a sudden, now that it's talking about her and taking somebody else's man, and she's showing you that y'all need to get in the kitchen and start cooking for your man, and that's why he hates you, and that's why he coming over here with me.
If they can look past the messenger and hear the message that she's trying to present, they know subconsciously she's right, and that's why they feel away.
So that's the point I'm getting at. I don't condone any of Cooking with Kaya's or the way she presented herself to any of that, right? But it's the underlying message that y'all sisters, y'all hate each other. And y'all got to start preferring one another and loving one another sincerely. Sisters, y'all find any reason not to like each other. That's a problem psychologically. Y'all nitpick at the smallest shit on why y'all don't, excuse my French, why y'all don't like each other. It's petty as, y'all are petty as hell. That's a part of it too. Why y'all be insecure? Because you got a sister. One sister may be good at makeup and you got to hate on a sister because you're not good at makeup. Instead of asking the sister, "Hey, what's some tips on how you blend your blush or whatever the hell y'all be doing? How do you get your wing like that?" I only know some of this shit because my wife really into makeup. But y'all be hating on each other over the smallest shit. Why? Y'all petty as hell. Like the stuff y'all don't like about each other be petty as hell. Me and his brother, we got close. We was best friends before we even met each other in person. Y'all sisters get on the phone one time. I don't like the way she's talking. It seems like she really doesn't want to be my friend. She was kind of, the sister got 4 kids. The sister, she just seemed like she was kind of reserved. I don't think she really likes me. What the hell, sis? What the like? Y'all gotta stop being petty, man. Y'all gotta grow the hell. And we need y'all elder sisters to step in their place and start teaching the younger women how to have relationships with one another. To put the petty shit to the side. Y'all don't be doing it.
It's a battle. It's a battle because the older sisters, they do try to intervene and do talk. You know what I mean? But the list, I mean, you've been in councils, people don't listen.
Yeah,
they don't listen to the good advice. You know what I mean? Sisters do give good counsel and advice, and they share certain things with sisters. I know this to be true. You know what I mean? Sisters in our camp, they'll share some stuff with younger sisters. Young sisters, they go one in and out the other, bro. One ear. Our people don't listen, so it's tricky. It's a tricky situation, but we have to figure out a way to love ourselves better, man.
I got sisters in the chat co-signing, so y'all know I ain't lying. Even being strangers, y'all hate on each other. Y'all don't even know each other from a can of paint.
Yeah, I mean, it's a jealousy spirit. That's in Sirach 26. You want to bring that up?
Yeah, let's get that. And it's all go to loving yourself. Y'all got to start loving each other. We teach the men to love one another. We teach the men to get that murderous spirit off us. Yes, y'all can't say we don't teach men. Y'all can't say we don't teach our brothers not to hate, to stop hating each
Get
other.
that Cain spirit off of you.
You got to get that Cain spirit off. We teach our brothers that, because me, I'm using myself as an example. Before I came into the truth, I was a crash out. My wife saw that. I was a crash out. I did not like niggas. I hated them with everything. Hold on, don't stop laughing. I was trying to be serious. I hated them from the bottom of my soul on some Uncle Ruckus shit. Like, if I saw a nigga, it was up. Like, one time I was drunk going to fucking Waffle House. Like, I'm getting loose. Going to Waffle House because I'm drunk and I just hate niggas. So like, y'all try, excuse my language, but I'm drawing real stuff because y'all sisters gotta get that hate spirit off y'all. Y'all hate each other for real. The Most High is not pleased with that at all. Y'all hate each other. Like it, and y'all find the pettiest reasons not to like one another. I don't understand. I can't be empathetic in that fashion. I'm not a woman, but I need the older sisters, which I know y'all doing the work, right? Right, y'all, Sister Erica, like Raya said a great point. Sisters don't know how to take correction. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I think you cut up, brother.
Oh shit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, Con. Had a glitch in the matrix. It's lucky you got lost. Y'all gotta start learning how to love one another, and taking correction is a part of that love too. Because a part of that goes back to the insecurity and feeling because the sister is saying that I'm doing something wrong, that she hates me because I'm insecure with that part already. She's bringing it out, and I'm offended that she sees that in me and she's going to correct that instead of looking at it from, this sister really loves me and just wants me to be the best person I can be. So I'm gonna take that. Thank you, sis, for correcting me. The brothers, we do that. Y'all can't say we don't do that. We do that amongst each other. I've got checked before. Brothers in our camp, they got checked before, took their suspensions on the chin, came back better. Y'all sisters don't be doing that. Y'all get correction and then you want to flash out like somebody did something to you. You gotta start loving yourself, Salaki. I digress. Sirach 26.
Con, this is the jealousy spirit, and I'm gonna play the rest of this.
Con.
And I still want a sister to come on.
Oh yeah,
give me,
I got
you know what I mean? We're gonna be quiet and just let y'all get it off, man. Just so we can get in the mindset of a sister and why a lot of these things are taking place among our community. You know, what are the reasons? Y'all can speak to it a lot better because y'all women. But go ahead, I'll bring it out.
Sirach 26:6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth thought. Now, a lot of times brothers use this to talk about polygyny, right? And justifying polygyny. But I'm using this tonight to talk about y'all sisterhood because your sisterhood is compromised. A lot of you sisters, sisterhood is compromised. The sister next to you really don't mess with you like that, and she really envies you. And she has a malicious spirit, and y'all gotta stop doing that, man. This secret cattiness that y'all be having, y'all gotta kill that spirit. And it is possible to do. How many raise a hands, right? And this is not for boasting, but just to see where you how many of y'all sisters fast on the regular? We get on our brothers about fasting and being spiritually inclined. How much are you sisters striving to be in the spirit? How much do y'all fast? I just talked to my wife about this the other day, like yesterday, about fasting. How much do y'all fast as sisters, as women? Do y'all say, hey, I'm gonna go on a fast and I'm gonna ask the Most High to remove this spirit of jealousy off of me, or I'm gonna ask the Most High to remove this spirit of hate? Because y'all be dealing with Deuteronomy 28 and 54 too. Y'all got that evil eye towards your sister. That go both ways.
Yeah, it does say that. It does say that, man.
And y'all be having that. It shouldn't take for a sister to say that she didn't really like your mac and cheese this time for y'all to fall out. Now we got to have a council because a sister said that your mac and cheese wasn't really hitting this time like it was on Memorial Day. It was kind of lacking this dedication. What's going on? Now y'all done fell out, and we got to have a council for 5 hours trying to teach sisters how to love one another. And these sisters are grown. What the hell is this? Me and y'all just on the phone, like we in the back chat, like, what the hell is going on right now over mac and cheese? So we got, and y'all laughing, but this is real. Y'all would be amazed on the stuff that me and this brother have to counsel. Like, it's petty. And then we give people sound advice and they don't listen. We got to get back to the scripture.
Israel don't listen. Israel don't listen. They go one ear out the other, bro. All right, let's get to the rest of this, and then I want to hear the women speak.
What kind of play would you do to get me in the mood and horny?
Pull out them racks.
Money don't make me horny.
Yeah, all right.
That would have been foolish.
Wait, hold on.
How you get?
I didn't hear her say that. She said, money don't make me do it. I would have been hit the other guy.
And that's cap, because she let the Shay hit it just for being on his stream. So that's cap. Money do make her do it. But that's another conversation.
Here with a straight like that.
Bro, I don't know what I did. She just be.
What would you do? Would you eat my cat from the back like that?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay, bye.
You, baby rich. So you never ate no pussy, bro.
I have.
Exactly.
All right, so eat it.
Bro, it's just at me, but when a girl just talk to me like that, that just turn me off. When she just too forward like that. Let me work for you. I just walked up here.
All I asked was,
You ain't even tell me your name. My name Rich. How you doing? What's your name?
All right, I sit on that.
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't even go. You couldn't even ask, hey, brother, what's your name first? Before you ask, are you going to eat my cat from the back in a specific manner? That is egregious work. That is crazy. Nasty work, if you will. That is Diddy level foolishness.
So look, man, let's invite some sisters on, man. If you want to come
Drop
on,
the link again. This
You
is
ain't
safe.
you ain't gotta show your face if you don't want to, but just come on, give y'all perspective on why our sisters going off like this. Like, give me
Yeah,
your
we want to
testimony.
understand from
Give me some
an
insight.
Israelite woman's perspective. It's a safe space. We're not
It's
going
a
to
safe
give you. We're not going to drill you. We just want to understand the minds of our women, because y'all are more in tune with each other and yourselves than we are. Right? We understand that there's things that y'all go through that we will never go through, mentally, physically, and spiritually. We just want to know, how can we make it a safer space for y'all in society as Black men in general? Right? We know the Hebrew Israelite man, we hold it down. What do y'all think we can do?
Don't be
better?
shy, man. Let me hit the link again, man. Anybody can come on, any sister, give me your testimony, give me your perspective on how y'all see it. You know what I mean? If y'all not comfortable coming on, comment. But I'd rather y'all come on. It'll be more edifying.
In the meantime, while the sisters are mustering up the courage to hop on the live, I know what's going on. This 1 Timothy 2:9
Bring it up.
says, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Right? The point that I wanted to bring out was Paul is teaching you to focus on your spirit and not the outward appearance of yourself, right? The main focus on your day-to-day should be the state of your spirit, which is that shamefacedness and sobriety. What does your spirit look like? Because the Most High doesn't judge man according to the outward appearance. He judges according to your heart, your spirit. What does your spirit look like? That's what God is interested in. God knows that it's ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The way you came into this world is the way you're going out. You're going to disintegrate and go back to the earth from which you were made from. He's concerned with that spirit that's going to pass on. What is going to be the state of that spirit when it comes before me again? Right? Let me get that precept real quick.
Make it out. So Leah said earlier, a lot of this has to do with childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of sisters said that. And the sister Sarah said that, yeah, she from the city where George Floyd got killed, and she said ain't nobody talking about it no more.
It's a thing of the past now.
And that's what I'm saying. Nobody respects us. And that starts with us respecting ourselves. We don't respect ourselves. And that's coming from a Black man. We really don't. The real niggas around and about, we don't respect ourselves. We are out in the communities where the real niggas at, and we don't respect each other. We don't. This 1 Samuel chapter 16:7. It says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. Sisters, are you examining the state of your mind, spirit? Because God don't give a damn how you look. Just keep it in a buck. He really don't. That's why we had a parable of
bar right there. Say that again. That's a bar. I don't think they.
The Lord doesn't give a damn about your appearance. He cares about your heart. He cares about the state of your spirit.
Same sisters that will get a tattoo right here, fear God, Philippians 4:13, but they not understanding the God of the Bible, the God of the universe, the only one and true living power, doesn't give a damn about your BBL.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't give a damn about your tub. He doesn't care about your collagen in your breast.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Don't care about none of that foolishness. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, he does care about that, because in the spirit, what you're saying is the Most High made a mistake on me. I have to augment my body because I'm not perfect.
Bingo. And that's the point we get into. That's why I brought out that Psalms. For you are fearfully and wonderfully made. God didn't make a mistake when he made you.
So sisters don't want to get on. Okay, so sisters, comment in the chat. Comment in the chat. The sisters on here, brothers alike too, everybody. But I really want to hear from the sisters. Why do women get BBLs? Is it pressure of looking good because of social media? What are y'all reasons why women get BBLs?
And then I want to add, I want to kind of make that a compound question. Why do y'all, when you do go get a BBL, and I'm talking about black women, why do y'all go to the bottom of the barrel plastic surgeon and you get botched? Like, you don't even save up enough money to get a good job done.
Well, they don't got the bread. That's what.
So my point is, like, you already looking crazy. Now you're looking crazier. Me and my wife was in Walmart, and I said, damn, that's crazy. She like, what? I'm like, you don't see that BBL? That shit looks crazy. Like, you got your legs look like the pinky, and then you got this. Sis, your thighs don't match the derriere. It's crazy.
All right, so the sister Darielle says, she said self-esteem issues. Okay. Let's get into that. Self-esteem and what
do you think the self-esteem issues come from? Let's dig. Where did the self-esteem issues start? What caused the self-esteem issues, Dario? Can you
elaborate a little bit? Self-esteem, is it from not having a father, not being told she was beautiful when she was younger? Like, where do these can y'all help us in the chat below? Where do a lot of our self-esteem issues derive from? We know it's in the household, but in particularly where? From what?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Tribe of Judah sister said not having a father in a home to teach and love them properly. I agree. I see this playing out in my own life. I see it. I can see the difference in my children and other children when I'm out at work or when I'm out and about doing my thing. I can see the difference in the little girls who have the single ghetto ratchet baby mama and my children. Completely different.
Okay.
Ooh, Mundo said something proper.
Brother
Proper
Mundo
righteous.
He says, I'm not a female, so I don't know, but I know our perspective, we validate the women. So when we validate the women, okay, that do that by complimenting them and not looking down on it. Okay.
So this go to you brothers who be on social media.
Talking about the Sims.
Yeah, you liking and commenting on shorty picture who booty butt naked, and then you telling your wife you want her covered up with drapes, right? So you sending mixed signals, gang. I'm just talking to you like, big bro, you sending mixed signals. You loving on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Please, I hope none of you brothers have a Twitter. God forbid. I forbid you brothers from having Twitter on this live right now. If you have a Twitter, you must delete it tonight. I forbid you. Twitter is the most dangerous social media app of them all. I digress. You sending mixed signals to your lady. She look at your feed, and because you like it, it stimulates her algorithm, and she to see the post. A girl booty butt naked, you loving the pics and commenting, and then you telling her to dress like a Sunni Muslim.
So Jeriel says the self-esteem issue derived from a lot of women. Particularly this happened in her own household where her dad left her mother for a better looking woman. How you feel about that?
I think that's coming back to the man. I think. Let me slow down.
Sister Raya said the one in attention. Okay. Comparing. You know,
comparison. And they say comparison is the thief of joy. But I think that's definitely traumatic, right? As a kid, seeing your father leave your mother. And this is, okay. I got to be real with y'all, sisters, for a second. Just for a second, right? I want y'all to, if y'all can, for your brother, I want y'all to take y'all heart out your chest and just put it on the table for a quick second and just reason with me. If our families practice righteous polygyny and the women had an understanding of righteous polygyny, those situations, this is a hot take. That situation won't happen.
No, it's still happen though. I mean, the jealousy will still be there though. You know
no, but listen to what I'm saying though. You wouldn't have to worry about the separation of the family.
Oh, the breaking of the family. I got you.
That's what I mean by that.
Okay.
And that's an unpopular opinion, but it's biblical though, because the Most High is about keeping the family together by any means necessary. He only gives two ways out of the family, right or wrong.
Death or fornication. Yeah.
It's only two ways out of the family. So we understand. Again, unpopular opinion, but it is what it is. If we use the Bible properly, right? Of course, under supervision of spiritual leaders, I don't think that would happen, but it is traumatizing to know that your dad left your mom for somebody who looked.
Yeah, we gotta have some sexual discipline as men, though. We gotta have some sexual discipline. You know what I mean?
I just had to keep it above though, because that's something that a lot of
I mean that's an idea to make it a lot better. You know, and maybe the up and coming women that we raising up will be more open to it. Because the sisters, like first generation, second generation women are coming into the truth now from like 2012 into now. It's a coin flip.
It's a different social climate for sure. I agree.
It's a social climate
for sure.
The women that we raising up from like Rata's oldest daughter, I believe Parag, like 2014, 15, something like that, all the way into now, they're gonna have a different opinion on it. Because they're gonna be raised in the law. They're gonna be raised in the law. The Yila, she said, they are under the impression that a bigger butt is what attractive to men, especially since when stuff like this is posted, it gets thousands of likes on social media. Got you.
Can we be real?
Yeah, y'all gotta know the difference. Look, I mean, sisters, y'all gotta know the difference between a man being a perv and want to have sex with you versus marrying you.
Bingo. But also, men do like big butts though. Let's keep it above. But this is the thing you gotta remember. Every sister is not given those assets. So you gotta love and work with what you got, sis. You gotta love and work with what you got. And again, this goes back to the man too, because we got to take accountability as well. Is that this go back to what you just said a few seconds ago, sexual discipline. The men we don't have any discipline. I ain't gonna say it loud. We don't have any discipline sexually. I ain't even gonna give us that. We have no sexual discipline. Like black men, very sexually promiscuous, and it starts to make women think just like that. We don't love our women properly or try them or court them properly at all.
This is real stuff right here.
Oh yeah.
Also, us females growing up, we compare our bodies to one another and those on TV. Yeah. I would say not to do that. I mean, I know that's easier said than done, but this is why I encourage women to get off social media, because it's a virus, it's a sickness that can plague the mind. And the scripture says, do everything in your power to keep your mind sane.
Hold on. Let me get that precept on idleness. Teaches much evil.
Yeah, idleness. You know what I mean? Because when you're idle, you're going to go to the phone and, get to messing around on social media and you get to seeing the women dressed this way and you feel like you got to participate. But you don't. A lot of y'all are already married. So you don't have to participate. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand it like, well, because you have those situations where sisters might be married, but her husband over here liking on this BBL woman. You know what I'm saying? It's tricky. It can cause some psychological damage.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring that.
This is Sirach 33 and 27, and it reads, "Send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil." So saying that to say, right, we have to be proactive with our daughters and teaching them to love themselves. I'll give a case in point, right? Because a brother made a comment about the ugly friend. Because we know some women are more attractive than the next. This is just being real. Some women are not that physically appealing. Not all brothers. You got some funny looking brothers. They're just funny looking. It is what it is. But we got to understand that even though you may not be the most attractive, there's other things that can attract the opposite sex outside of looks. I've seen this happen before. There was a friend group. I call them rat packs, right? Walking through the mall. Me and my partners. We walking. I got one chick I was messing with at the time. My other partner had another chick he was messing with at the time. And then it was my homeboy, my other homeboy. I'm going to not even give any aliases. But it was a sister in the rat pack who was obviously the ugly friend. But she was cool as hell and had the best personality, arguably, out of everybody. So she enticed the brother and got the brother. So the thing is, we can't put all of our value in our assets as sisters either. And that's something I'm going to teach my daughters not to put, even though I have beautiful children, not to lay your value in your aesthetics, but to work on the inward person on the inside, the inward man. Those things that you don't see on the outside. Because again, that's what really wins people over. All of the materialistic things and the way you look, that's going to go away one day. You're not always going to look good. Eventually, you're going to get old and wrinkly, and that's going to be a done deal. And then at that point, your husband's going to start to hate you because you're an ugly person on the inside and you're bland, like unseasoned chicken. But I digress.
Con, I want to get this precept. Ecclesiastes 26, and then give me the one in first. Was it? Is that Titus 2? Titus 2 and 3.
Con.
But I want this one first. It says Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 14. It says, "A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much more worth a mind well instructed." So I want to call in on the word silent and loving, right? The brother said, maybe the ugly girlfriend that doesn't get an attention and a BBL would fix that, right? But the scriptures say, which you're right, you know what I mean? Naturally, if she's around a lot of women that look better than her, she'd probably be like, damn, I want to get the attention. But you can make up with the attention like the brother went into with your personality. If your personality in check, trust me, a dude would like on you a lot because of that. He's like, damn, you cool. Like, because that's gonna last a long time. But if we was in the scriptures, right, and the scriptures was our priority, and it was something that we taught week in and week out to our family, or daily in our families, we would understand that a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. And that's what we want our women to be. That means that woman is going to be discreet. That means that woman is going to be low key. That means not a lot of men not going to know nothing about that woman. A lot of men ain't going to be able to say, I talked to that woman.
You're not going to be
a lot of men you see what I'm saying? Because she's a silent, low key, loving, shame-faced woman. And she's not trying to be out and about and seen by everybody. And that's a good thing, even if she is beautiful. But the spirit behind her understands that, okay, maybe women do like the attention to a certain degree, but she's raised up to understand that that attention that you're getting from the opposite sex can come with a lot of problems.
Like Susanna, for example. Susanna was beautiful, obviously, You had two men that wanted to rape her and then brought up a false allegation. You know them
Right.
brothers who, you know brothers who like, well, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. That's what kind of
She was,
brothers.
entirely enough, she was covered from her head to toe. So them niggas is just wicked. They was
So
wicked.
the point I'm making, right? Me and my wife, we just talked about this 2-3 days ago. Just talking about rape, you know, having those marital counsels about how we gonna raise our kids, knowledge increase, stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want them to be in the mix, bro. We were just talking about in school, in the classroom, having relationships with teachers, stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want them in the mix at all. There's no, like, when I went to the military, I flew so low under the radar. When I got discharged, my first sergeant was like, well, Price, you know, I haven't heard anything about you. I heard you were leading all of the drill instructions, and it's great to have you. Hate to see you go. He barely even knew who I was. Huh?
Right.
So, in being that way, keeps you from a lot of the stuff, because the things you went through when you was a kid, the things I went through when I was a kid, our children are going to have a different struggle. The social media thing and everything being blasted for the world to see, that's their era. It began kind of during mine, but in theirs, everything is on social media. Everything. Nothing like the internet footprint for the children from ages 2000 and probably, like 14 and up. Like you'll be able to track somebody all the way back to the day they was born based on social media. And imagine somebody being able to pull up receipts and show something embarrassing or something you did or something your parents did, right? Which is a shame to the sisters who doing OnlyFans right now and they got children, which is beyond me. How you having children, but you got an OnlyFans page. I can't imagine the type of struggle that son or daughter is going to have to go through, especially if you have them in public school, even if it's private school. They're going to get terrorized. Imagine coming to school and your homeboy say, make sure your mom is on live cam tonight at 10:30, like regularly scheduled programming. I sent her $50 so I could have a private session. Imagine your homeboy, this is your peer, coming and talking to you like this.
That's a fact. The internet is undefeated. That's a fact. You're not going to beat the internet.
That's a fact. And you can't
Travis Hunter going through it right now.
Bro,
you're not going to beat the internet,
he
bro.
deleted his whole Instagram.
You're not going to beat the internet, bro.
So
Right.
Point being, they have a different battle than we're going to have. So it's going to be very imperative for us to protect the children because, first of all, the internet is ruthless. That's encompassed and packaged and undefeated. The internet is ruthless and they don't give a damn about you. They will destroy you until you kill yourself. And when you kill yourself, they're going to make it, or I should probably say unalive. I don't know. They might flag it. If you unalive yourself, they're going to make a joke about you unaliving yourself too. That's how cool the world is now.
It's cool, bro. They'll have no chill on the internet at all. No chill. They'll make a song, a dance song.
Yeah, facts. They'll make them a new dance to honor you, not to honor, but to disgrace your death.
Yeah.
That's the culture now, and it's only evolving. It's getting worse. So we got to put in effort. It's like
Titus. Give me that Titus.
Chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. The aged woman likewise, Salaki, verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home.
That's what I want. Keepers at home. Keepers at home. If they're not outside, you mitigate a lot of this temptation by not even putting yourself in the environment. If we follow the Bible, we can mitigate a whole lot of ish because you're not even putting yourself in those problematic environments where you can, run wild and do some foolishness. That's why the scripture says keepers at home. Keep them in. Keep them in straightly. If thy daughter be shameless, what? Keep her in straightly. As the Lord said, keep her away from these wolves, keep her away from these lions, keep her away from these wicked niggas. Because I know I made them. They are my workmanship. So I know how they are. The Bible is giving us the tools how to navigate through life with minimum, because you're gonna go through temptation, you're gonna go through issues, You can't avoid that. But to minimize a lot of BS, the scriptures can show you how to do that very easily. Okay, let me you can talk. Let me find my
To Darielle, she said righteous sisters should be discussed more than Wicked Eve. Some of us sisters are actually trying, but Wicked Eve gets the attention. I agree that we should shine more light on righteous sisters. But y'all got to give us some things to highlight them. The stuff I see on social media when it comes to sisters, y'all don't be acting sisterly on social media. I'm gonna say that. Y'all don't be acting sisterly on social media. I see y'all post. I see how y'all react with other sisters on your platforms. Y'all aren't nice or kind. You're not.
He's not saying you particularly.
Yeah. I'm just speaking in general.
In general. He's talking about our nation in particular.
Yeah, I'm speaking. Yeah,
and he's talking about women in the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
women in the so-called truth.
For sure.
So it's not an attack on my sisters. You know what I mean? The righteous sisters, they probably not online. The righteous sisters is with their husband building up their family. You know what I mean?
Bingo.
So they ain't, y'all low key and y'all out the way. So we got to talk about the ones that's outside, man.
And you got to remember what Christ said. The ones that are whole need not a physician, sis.
Yeah, they don't need the physician.
The people who are sick need a doctor. You don't go to the doctor when you're in perfect health. It's only when you get that stage 4 renal cancer that you start going to the doctor and getting MRIs. That's why we harp so much on not just Wicked Eve, but Wicked Jake as well. The evil niggas in the streets, we get on them just as evenly.
My boy Mundo, he asked a good question. He's like, how we break the spirit, huh? Is it piece by piece? That's a great question, right? So we start the healing process, right? We start the healing process by first addressing the issue. The voice has to be loud.
Mm-hmm.
For my sisters that's on social media, it gotta be an echo chamber behind what we're saying. Like, don't be afraid to correct these women. Don't just say it in your mind. No, correct their ass. Even if you're not doing it on a public platform, you can send them a DM and send them a scripture. It has to be seeds planted, to the brother's point.
And to your point, I'm gonna say this for sisters, y'all. Yeah, like y'all gotta start building a platform for one another in righteousness, of course, under the leadership of a man, but y'all gotta be able to talk to each other, because again, when us brothers try to talk to sisters, it go in one ear and out the other a lot of times, because y'all just look at us like a man. Oh, this brother is talking. Of course he's gonna say that, because that's the Bible's about men. Blah 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 blah. This ain't all y'all, right? But it's a lot of y'all. So it go in one ear and out the other. Like, of course he's gonna say a man is supposed to do X, Y, and Z, even though we bringing out 70 precepts to show why we saying what we say. But it hits different when it's coming from another sister. It hit a little bit different because, okay, this is a sister. I can take what she's saying because she's been through what I've been through, and she can empathize with where I'm at right now. And y'all sisters got to get that pick me spirit off of you too. Just because a sister is speaking righteously and she does it often doesn't make her a pick me. Let me say that too, because y'all sisters be doing that too. Be sisters on Facebook striving and trying to make sisters better and speaking about womanly issues, because it is sisters that do that, and big ups to them. And y'all call them pygmies. They're not married, but they on there. They talking about the importance of marriage. They talking about not to be a whore, how to dress modestly, what to do in the house, giving knowledge about children. And y'all call them sisters pygmies. Y'all be doing that. Y'all do that. Y'all disrespect and disregard the sister who's on social media being an advocate for y'all, and y'all just call her a pick me. So it's like it ain't no winning with y'all sometimes. Sometimes it is no win. It's no way to please you. So at some point, y'all got to humble yourselves too to understand, okay, we ain't right, and we got to find a solution to get us right. So that has to start with them as well. It has to be a level of realization by the woman herself to realize, okay, obviously what I've been doing ain't working. So I got to find another solution. Let me try the Bible.
So the sister Didi's point, right? She said men try to talk to her, and she let them know she's a woman of Yah, and that they continue to try to push sex on her, right? See, this is where I feel like women need to be under some type of male leadership. You know what I mean? I would recommend a camp if your father's not in the truth, or if you don't have any male family members in the truth. And the reason being is because the scriptures say in a multitude of counselors is safety, right? We're going to be able to put you in an environment where it's safe and you're not going to be hounded by men doing things inappropriately and just trying to get the box and get on. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of our sisters want to be married, and that's a beautiful thing. Scriptures say marriage is honorable, but this is why I'm a heavy proponent of a camp. Even if it's not about somebody where your spirit resonate to where you have leadership and protection, and an extra set of eyes kind of helping you, right? Do this as a group, do this as a family effort. You know what I mean? Because you trying to do this by yourself can be problematic and cause a lot of issues. You know what I mean? Especially if it's on the internet. I can promote myself and present myself to whoever I want to be on the internet. You know what I mean? The scriptures say be continually with a godly man, one that you know keep the commandments. One that you know to keep the commandments, right? So I would recommend just getting in an environment, where you have counselors that don't care how pretty you are. You got counselors that don't want you for your body. You got counselors that's really looking out for you. You know what I mean? Because it is difficult.
And I do want to give my brother Mundo a step-by-step, if you don't mind, Cap. I got the precepts lined up.
Yeah, bring it out. Going back to his point.
Yeah, because ultimately, what's the solution, right? Yatazah, Ashari, y'all talking a whole lot, but what's the solution to this problem? How do we start loving ourselves more, right? Again, it starts with the mind. I'm going to start in 2 Corinthians 5 and 17. This 2 Corinthians 5 and 17, and it reads, therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. So one is understanding that when you come into this knowledge of Christ and being a servant of Christ, is that you get a clean slate. And now you have the opportunity to change from what you used to be. Now you can go through your cocoon process and your what is it called, chrysalis, with the process of the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. Now through Christ you have the opportunity to change, and the change starts up here according to the scriptures in your mind. You see Ephesians 4 and 22, and I'm reading in the NIV. It says, you were verse 22, you were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires. That's what we see in the world on social media, right? The old self, what we just watched with E. Kane, those are the deceitful desires of the world, right? Verse 23, to be made new in the attitude of your minds. So you have to change the way you think and change the way you behave. Metamorphosis, the water. So this metamorphosis process happens through coming and reading the scriptures and coming unto God humbly, understanding that you are not right and you need to get right in the eyes of God, and you want to follow his step-by-step. This is the step-by-step is repentance and changing the way you think and the way you see the world, right? Putting off the old man, right? This verse 24, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. Men and women both have the attributes of God. I'm going to prove that real quick, right? This Genesis 1 and 26. I'm going to prove that real quick. We both possess the attributes of the Most High God, both of us, men and women. This Genesis 1 and 26. And it says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. So both man and woman were created in the image of the Most High God. So with that being said, we both possess those godly attributes, and we both possess the ability to be godlike, to be godly. That's why Paul teaches you that a woman should be in behavior that becometh holiness. But you got to start changing the way you think. You got to change your spirit, right? And this is the last one I'm gonna go to, Galatians 5, right? Classic. Galatians 5 and 22. You got to start exercising these behaviors. You got to first realize that I'm a new creature in Christ. I have a clean slate now. I know that I was a wretch and I'm sinful and I'm dirty and I need to be made clean. And the Bible is what makes me clean. So secondly, I have to start changing the way I think. I have to change my attitude. I have to realize now I'm a godly woman. I'm a servant of God in Jesus Christ, right? So now I have to start behaving like Jesus Christ did. And that's summed up here in Galatians 5. This is Galatians 5 and 22. But the fruit of the Spirit, right? The deeds or the actions, the behavior of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith, right? Verse 23, meekness, temperance, against such there is no law. That's the fix, Mundo. We have to start changing the way we behave. We have to change our attitude and our spirit in the way that we conduct ourselves on a day-to-day basis. And we got to start living according to that. If brothers and sisters in our community really live Galatians 5 and 22 through 23, we will have a completely different community. The Hebrew Israelite community, as far as when West goes, those brothers exercise the fruits of the flesh. And I can show it to you, plain. There's only a few sects here and there that really live according to the fruits of the Spirit. That's why when you get on social media, you be disgusted with so-called Hebrew Israelites, because these Negroes are wicked, Negroes and Negresses. So the way that you change and the way that we fix the problem is we got to start living godly again. We have to get back to the script for real. And we got the answer. Those spiritual attributes right there, as a sister, if you start exercising those things, you will change. You have to. You're going to change if you start exercising the fruits of the Spirit. But you got to make the decision to do so, though. Nobody can make you do it. You got to do it.
I want to let me back on the point that he brought out. 2 Timothy, bring that out again. 3 and 5.
2 Timothy 3 and 5.
It was a word that he brought out. I want to kind of look up. Let me look it up. Whenever you got to get to it.
This is 2 Timothy 3 and 5, Slaki. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Is that what you want?
No, I didn't want that one. My bad. I wanted behavior of godliness. Which one is that one?
Oh, that's 1 Timothy, Slaki.
1 Timothy.
Oh, that's Titus, I think you want. Behavior that becometh holiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, Titus 2 and 3. It's Titus 2 and 3. And it says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
Did it say behavior?
Yes.
That's the word I wanted. Right. We have to change our behavior, man. And one of the ways we got to do it, Mundo, is by having a loud echo chamber of all of us shaming and ridiculing bad behavior. Not because we hate our people, because we want them to repent. So we got to cut them in order for us to heal them. We can't forget to heal them. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we get demonized and criticized for being just a hate group because our voice is loud and we say a lot of appropriate words when we're on the street corners and things of that nature. But if you see brothers like how Ratazan teach, he teach a little different from the mainstream Israelite community, where it's coming more from a place of love. You know what I mean? He's patient, you'll listen, you'll let them talk. You know what I mean? If you're cool, we might let you hold the mic, depending on how cool you is and stuff like that. And this is how you can gather. I mean, to get more people to listen, essentially, right? I think it talks about that in winning souls in the book of Proverbs. We literally in the soul saving business. It might be Proverbs 30 and 11 or 11 and 30. It's one or the other, where we are literally here to win souls, right? But one of the things we have to do is make sure that echo chamber is loud and clear, So the messaging and the voice has to be out there. So the Most High gave us all these social media platforms. We have to use them obsessively to get the word out. Share the videos, put a post, scripture of the day, put it out. Share the video again. If it's a viral video, make sure you get in the algorithm again, because it needs to get into the minds of our people. At least we plant them seeds, and then ultimately the Most High get an increase, right? So the word behavior, right? It says the way in which one acts or conducts oneself, especially towards others. Look at this word, etiquette. Our activities, right? The scripture said we should know them by their fruits, by the actions, right? Don't we know a hoe by how she act?
For sure.
Don't we know a godly woman by how she act?
For sure.
How she dressed?
I was about to say, and how she looked.
And how she carry herself, right? Right. So we have to prioritize the behavior in our communities, and we have to sensationalize the behavior that's godliness, and we got to ridicule anything that's against that. To answer your question, brother Mundo, so we got to do that, in my opinion. Leah, don't be scared to hit the link. So would it be honorable if I press up on the brothers that pay for OnlyFans? Hell yeah, man. Get on them wicked niggas, man. Hell yeah. Because they are promoting the prostitution and harlotry. They're promoting. Give me the one in watch this. Deuteronomy 23:17. Yeah, get on them. Nobody gets a pass. We got to get on the simps. Because OnlyFans is like crazy. It's making these women rich as hell, bro. That's how I know it's the end, bro. You have porn that's free, and niggas is going on OnlyFans, bro.
Yeah, and they paying for it. And thousands of dollars. Yeah, thousands of dollars.
Top dollar. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Bring that up.
Let's do Deuteronomy 23:17. And it says, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
We don't.
Verse 18. Verse 18, thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord.
Hire a whore. The scriptures say not to do that. What is OnlyFans? Hiring a whore. So that's direct. That's a direct slap in the face of the Heavenly Father when he says not to do that. He said, don't bring no hoes in my house. Literally, that's what he said.
Hey, drop the link again for the sisters out.
Man, I don't know if the sisters want to come on.
They gonna have on. Just give them another one. I believe it's a trailblazer. Somebody's going to break the ice, if you will. Somebody's going to break the ice.
And would it be vanity if a brother tries to be Mr. Captain?
I have my wife come in. She'll give her. I'm gonna have her come speak real quick. I'll let her give her. And see, this is gonna be a testament against you Hebrew Israelite haters who say that we don't let our sisters speak or that they evil.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Anyway, okay. I'm gonna let her talk. This is my wife. I'm gonna let her say how she feels on how sisters can love themselves better. I'm gonna let her talk.
Lyle, it's for the sisters to come on and give their opinion on the subject matter. On why the question is, why is a lot of our women going off into a lot of foolish behavior? So we're gonna get a sister's perspective. Sister Maddie, she'll go ahead and share her reasoning behind a lot of the foolish mistakes and folly our sisters ingratiate themselves in. So go ahead. So let's bring it out. Before you do, to answer your question, Mundo, I would recommend do that. No, hell no. Don't be a Captain Save-A-Hole. You got to make sure this sister's cleansing. You definitely don't want to get a worldly woman. No. She don't respect the commandments. So I would never recommend you to do that.
No, we're not Hosea. And Hosea was a specific. Let me say this real quick.
That was an isolated situation.
Yeah, that was the isolated situation to show how the Most High felt about the nation. That ain't just no green light to just go be popping sluts. Salakia. For real, because brothers will use that and say, well, Hosea married a whore, so I can go marry a whore. No, brother, that is unclean. This sister got popped by 30 Negroes, and you finna lay up in it and wife it.
Yeah, the scriptures say in 1 Corinthians not to marry a harlot, bro. Don't be joined into harlots. It talks about that.
That's not P. It's not P. Anyways, let me chill.
All right, go ahead, sister. Bring it out. Go ahead, bring it out. Mute the other phone so we can hear you on his feed. Mute your phone and just talk on his computer.
All
right, go ahead.
Hello. Okay. Wait, so is
ask the question again, Yatza.
So the question is, why do our women feel it's necessary to augment their body and go through these extraneous measures like BBLs, collagen in the lips, tummy tucks, breast lifts, all these different things, rather than just, their natural appearance? Why do they feel like they go through these extraneous measures to get men? And why do they think it's okay to conduct themselves in social media platforms the way they do? What do you believe the reasoning is behind all of this from a woman's perspective?
Well, it's kind of half and half, because with the BBLs, I think it's because that's how it's seen like as the beauty standard from the male perspective, especially when you're someone, the Black community kind of shamed skinny women, and I hate that. And they feel like the BBL will, put them a little bit higher on the platform, I guess. And as far as like the cosmetic procedures for like the implants, the breast implants, that can be from people who have like breastfed, for moms. They want to feel sexier, especially if their spouses are engaging in content that looks kind of like how their older body would look. Because a lot of women struggle with like body dysmorphia, unfortunately, because of social media. So I think that definitely has something to do with it. I don't really know if this is considered like a procedure, but getting your hair done on a regular basis, like getting sew-ins and weaves and all that, like I myself have struggled with that, because I have, we have daughters, so I've been trying to do my hair in a natural way so they can see it on a regular basis.
Is it something that men are saying? Not to cut you off. Is it something that men are saying that making you guys feel this way, or is it something that you're seeing? Do you feel like
they don't even have to say it? Like, it'll be something that we're seeing. Like, you know how your For You page is like created for you, the stuff that you interact with and your peers. So if I'm constantly seeing the men in, my peer group reacting to a girl who was posting a picture of, oh, I just got a bust down, versus I also see a sister who just posted her twist out on her natural hair. Nobody's in the comments saying, why are you such a beautiful goddess? But as soon as they see a sister with a bust down or doing some type of sew-in or alterations, they're like, oh, wow, you're so beautiful. Oh, my goodness, hard eyes.
Right. So you feel like women need the validation? Like, is it necessary, or they need the attention? Is it the validation, or is it both?
It's both. Especially if you grew up from a young age hearing how beautiful you are and how pretty you are. And we, as women, we notice like the social cues, especially when you're changing something about yourself. You can notice how they treat you differently, especially
pretty privilege is a real thing.
Yeah, pretty privilege is a thing. I think you can really tell though when they're treating you differently. Like,
as far as what, like a man treat you different when you do a different hairstyle, or you get
men and women, your friends will treat you differently too. Especially if you've been, let's say, like for me, I was just telling him, my mom used to do like my hair once or twice a school year. Everybody got to come back with their with new do, right? So depending on what that hairstyle looked like, is the type of attention you get. Like if you're coming back with braids, but everybody, you know, especially the kids who their parents, I want to say, were making poor financial decisions and giving them, you know, Jordans and the bust downs at the same time. Meanwhile, I'm coming back with just some straight backs with some, you know, extensions in it as well. I'm getting less attention from girls and boys because you got the girls who want that same style. And I guess that's where the jealousy would come in too. And also, you know, the young boys, they're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Your hair is so beautiful. But, and I think that is very triggering for a lot of girls saying your hair is so beautiful. It's not their hair, it's hair they added in there. So they're under this impression like, okay, well, this is my hair now. Like I have to do my hair like this. Like I even got to a point where I was obsessed with like clip-ins that matched my natural hair texture, but I even had to stop doing that because I'm like, it doesn't have to be stretched for it to be beautiful.
Right.
And I think
So where are we getting this idea of beauty before I turn it on to my sister Didi? Where are we getting this idea of beauty from? Is it the men?
I would say it's the men because we're not, unless they're, you know,
Homosexual.
yeah, unless they're homosexual, they're not doing it. We can say we're doing it for other women because it is, I will say, women will notice more things that you've done. Like, let's say I'm doing my makeup a certain way. That I will say a lot of women do their makeup for other women. But as far as the cosmetic procedures and doing our hair a certain way, that will be for the men, unfortunately. We can say we want to.
Let me ask you one last question, right? Since you've been in the truth for like 4 or 5 years, 1 or 5 years, right?
Mm.
I know the whole time you've been with your husband, but has it been a time where you posted like a nice family picture or, you know, maybe with your daughters or something, you still got the same likes that you got in the world?
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
I'll speak for it.
I said,
Hell
look,
no.
no, if I know for a fact, if I post, because I have.
I'm talking about when you dolled up like on some Passover type of time. Nah?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
definitely, I get a different, if I post a full, I posted a full family photo and it
Or
got
you
like,
by yourself. You by yourself. You don't get the
if it's
likes.
by myself, I'll say it like this, because you know how Facebook has, you can post your picture on the actual platform or you can post it on your story.
Right.
I will say that I get way more reactions on my story versus if I post the selfie in public for everybody to see.
Cause niggas sneaky.
Yeah.
And they like because they know I can't see it, even though they don't. I got her phone, but they think I don't see it. You know how Negroes are. It's on the story, so they love it. They spam in the heart on the story. You know. So yeah.
All right, so you don't get that much likes because of the respect for your husband. That's good. That's good. That's good. Those are barriers.
I still have to delete the comments here and there because at the end of the day, they really don't care. Men really don't. I'm sorry, I hate to say that.
Yeah, they don't. They
do not care.
Negroes don't care. You know what I mean?
Some men do not care. They will still comment under your posts. But I think as sisters, me personally, I just delete them because I don't want to leave the comment there and have other men thinking that like this is cool.
Okay, the water, sis, the water. Let's get on Sister Didi. Let's get her point. Do you need me to repeat the question? Appreciate you, Maddie. Appreciate you.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the question was, you know, I think the title of today's lesson is "Sisters, Love Thyself Better," right? So we're trying to figure out from a woman's perspective, why do our women feel compelled to augment their body and go through like we don't have no problem with like a little bit of makeup here and there, you know what I mean, enhancements here and there. But when they go through these extraneous measures like getting breast lifts, you know, or breast tummy tuck, collagen lip, you know, the BBL movement, all this stuff, willing to risk their lives. Didn't old boy wife die? Yeah, she died for that. DJ, I forget his name. DC, yeah, the comedian. She died and she was already pretty. She killed herself trying to look prettier. You know what I mean? So why do we feel compelled or necessary to go through these extraneous measures to look pretty or have a standard of beauty rather than just loving thyself how the Most High made us?
It actually could be an array of things. It's always a root cause for something that we're doing at a later time of our life. Could be molestation, could be bullied, could be a lot of things. I've heard it all. Because like you said, they'll be beautiful and they don't need anything. But if their heart is broken and then they have people in their life telling them, "Hey, you ain't all that, you need to look like this," or we, like I was saying, growing up looking at TV, we didn't have Kim Kardashian back then, but other people growing up and we're looking at their body and we're comparing, okay, I don't have this, but they got that. Maybe I can get this. I know for me, I watched the Extreme Makeover House Edition, and then they did the Extreme Makeover Body Edition. And I wanted a butt. My butt ain't that big. So
why? What was the reason behind that?
God.
Because growing up, I was bullied by family members. I'm gonna keep it real. I was molested. I was bullied. And so when a child does not look at body parts, but they learn it because somebody said something here, somebody made fun of here. I have family members that had the breast and the butt, then one may have the shape and stuff like that. So when we don't have a particular thing, we're like, okay, how can I enhance it? And growing up, they're like, oh, you do squats. Okay, did squats, did nothing, So it's like, okay, well, they got this show saying, you can make yourself this. And I'm looking at these people that are broken, going through this extreme makeover, getting their body hooked up, looking beautiful and stuff, but they still was broken.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a heart issue. It's something they have to deal with. They have to go through deliverance and stuff, because you can be fine as wine, but be broken inside. So for me, it was like, okay, well, I didn't want the big old donkey butt, but like a little something, And so I seen that, us as females, like PE class, you get in dress and you're looking at comparing your body, oh, she got a cute shape, I ain't shaped like that, or she got something that I don't have and stuff like that. And us as females, that's what we do.
Sister
We just,
Kim, I don't want to cut you off, not to interject, but
yeah.
how, because that's an excellent point that you just made, the comparison thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can we do? Because you're an older, a seasoned sister. What can we do for our daughters, the up and come, or even the younger women, the 20s, the 30s? What wisdom from your experience can we give those sisters to help them navigate? Because we know it's something y'all gonna do, period. It's not something y'all can just shut off. I'm not naive. Y'all don't shut that off. It's just that's how the Most High wired y'all. What kind of wisdom would you give to a younger sister to help them navigate those emotions and staying centered when they're having those moments of comparison?
Keep it real. Be honest. I see that there's a lot of lies going on. People don't know how to talk to their children. They think they're too young. A lot of females, they believe the lie. We're awake now, so we know the truth of the enemy and what Satan uses to
Give me an
get
example.
us.
Give me an example of a lie. Give me an example of a lie that a lot of us tell our young
Okay.
girls.
All right. Hey, you dress like that. Hey, you can get a man with money. He gonna take care of you. He gonna treat you good. You got a dunk like that. Oh man, you can get whatever you want. You gonna be happy. And those are lies, because it don't make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make you happy. Only Yahusha makes us happy. And we believe that lie. So we're lying to ourselves, and then we're lying to the children, then we lying to the younger females and stuff. And a lot of times they're doing this because they're broken. Something happened. There's a root cause to it. Something has happened to them. So when I do talk to females, I just keep it real. I keep it real and I tell them the truth. But like they're not, it don't happen like that. You can't die getting those booty lips. You don't know what them folks is doing. You up under whatever, and they could be drinking champagne over you. You just don't know what they're doing. But I keep it real. So if they choose to do it, they can't say, well, I didn't know if something happened to them. No, you knew. But a lot of times we're not speaking truth to our children and to our the young ladies that I come across, and I just look at them, because they believe the lie. And those scales have to fall off of their eyes. But if we keep it real with our children, as if they're young, and stop, think, oh, they too young. No, these kids, they understand a lot of stuff. They see a lot of stuff, but it's not explained to them, especially from the parents or from an adult that knows or that understand. They treat them like they stupid and go on yonder. I grew up in go on yonder and play instead of, explaining. I wish stuff was explained to me. And yet I grew up, like you said, keeping secrets. That's what Black folks did. They grew up back in the day. This is a hush hush thing, and that's why you got Uncle so and so doing stuff, but you still got them around the kids. And I grew up in that. We got to stop doing that and just keep it real and honest.
She says she don't feel a girl. Okay, last question for Sister Didi, then we're gonna move on to the next sister. And I appreciate you, sister. Appreciate it a lot.
No problem.
I had a question, I forgot it. I lost it. You had another question for her?
No, I think that was good. I think that's something that we definitely got to start doing within our communities. It's just keeping it real, like with our young women. And we got to understand that children's minds are impressionable. You know what I mean? And just being honest and being delicate with their young minds as well, and helping them understand. This is why a two-parent household is very important too, because sometimes even as a father, even though I'm very delicate with them, sometimes I have to tap in my wife, like, hey, can you come? Because it may not be received as well coming from me as daddy as from mommy. I can give mommy my words and mommy give it to daughter, and it hit different, even though it's still coming from me. But sometimes because I'm dad, it's like it can come off like he's disappointed in me for X, Y, and Z. Because they do that to me sometimes. I'm talking to him. I get on the knee, get down on a level. It just hit different sometimes, information coming from mommy and when it's coming from daddy. So, but keeping it real is definitely a must for our young daughters, because they grow up delusional. Me and y'all talk about it all the time. Sisters grow up who ain't never got humble.
So I got a question. It came back to me before we let my sister leave, right? So you grew up during the time of like Pam Grier, right? You seen Pam Grier growing up. That was like the idea of beauty back then, right?
Yeah.
How do we go from that to what we got now?
What was the switch that you saw, Sister Didi? Like, because she
was natural, everything from head to toe.
Right.
She didn't wear a wig. She wore the fro. She probably was, slim, all that. Now we got. It's necessary for the breast to be this big, the stomach this small,
silicone warriors.
And it's like, how did we get so far away? In your humble opinion, like, is it social media persuasion? Like, what do you think?
Well, yeah, it changed because Baywatch, they didn't really have a booty, but they had the breast and everything. So I believe the change came because that was like MTV type of stuff, and then into BET and Black entertainment. So they was pushing those images on us, that idolatry on, hey, you should look like this. You get in this industry, because I was a singer and I was trying to get in the industry because of that. Money looked good, we low income and stuff. And I thank the Father, he saved me from that's a whole testimony. But the imagery of how our brothers and sisters looked. You know, ooh, it was sexy to have a, you know, you went from Pam and then you had the rock guys with all the tattoos. Ooh, they were sexy to this. Okay, we have these sexually chocolate men, thugs, and you know, every movie there was a thug or gangster, so you know, something. And so they made it appealing. You know, you had Ice Cube and everything, and then you had the thoughts. You know, oh, if I dress like that, you know, I can get that man right there. He gonna take care of me. So this Satan is busy. This is they sitting up there and you know they pushed that image on us and made us think, well, if I look like that, if I dress like that, if I talk like that, then I can get those things. And if I don't dress like that or talk like that, then you know, I was called the white girl because I knew how to talk. I knew time and place for everything. But that's where the switch came.
Imagery. Okay.
Imagery.
That's
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate you a lot.
I thank y'all. I was like, let me get on here and say something.
You shared a lot of wisdom.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate your perspective, man. It was beautiful. We want to go ahead and pass it to Justice now. We'll pass it to Justice. Did you need me to repeat the question?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the question was, why is it a propensity for our sisters to feel like they need to augment their body and go through these extreme measures to look beautiful by getting BBLs, collagen, tummy tuck, you know, lip fillers, all these different things, rather than just love themselves the way they are, you know what I mean? Or as the sister Didi went into, and is going into the gym, you know what I mean, doing the squats or whatever. Why do we feel like we got to go through these extreme measures to enhance ourselves? Where's that coming from? Where's the psychosis? What's the psychosis behind that?
Yes, sir. I think a lot of the times comments are made when like you're younger. So like maybe an auntie may say something or an uncle may say something that you perceive as negative, and that stays with you. You know, no one ever, you may not talk about it. It may happen, you know, behind closed doors, and it kind of just festers over the years. So then when you come across celebrities that normalize, like, you know, getting your body done, getting lip injections and things of that nature, you're like, okay, well, I can do it too. It's normalized. Everybody's accepting it. And so I think it stems from like low self-esteem, but also like when you see celebrities like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, you know, these girls look up to them and like, okay, they're the standard of beauty. If they're doing it and they have husbands and they seem like they're successful, then obviously it's working. Let me do it too.
Right. Have you seen Nicki Minaj prior to the surgery?
Yeah, I have.
Beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I would argue looked better than she do now.
Come on.
So it kills me to think, because to her point, it's crazy. Nicki Minaj was beautiful, man, like prior to the surgery. And she's not ugly now, but I think she's doing a little too much. And Cardi B, she's going way too much. You know what I mean? She's looking like a totally different person. But Nicki Minaj, prior to this, you know, the surgery and all that, was a beautiful woman already. Most brothers will say she's like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, you know, depending on what brother you ask. Like 8, she's from for sure 8 to 10. Mm-hmm. And she even felt like, to your point, when she was in the studio with Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne bring all the thoughts around, and they'll say little stuff to her like, "You ain't got a booty like them. Mm-hmm. You ain't here, yeah, you a baddie, but you don't look like them." And she felt like subconsciously, like, you know what? Even though I'm beautiful, and most men probably would say I'm an 8 or 9, I don't look like these women. I can't compare to these women. Mm-hmm. I gotta go get this. I gotta go get this damn BBL. I gotta go get this tummy tuck. And I'm like, time out, sis. You was already married. You already had a dude. And secondly, he not finna marry them. Wayne's gonna rent them for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then he gonna be on to the next. Matter of fact, when he go to the next city, they not coming with him. And I'm just trying to beat that into the minds of our sisters. Like, there's a difference between a rental. I'm gonna use it like this. And I'm sorry, I don't want to objectify my sister, but y'all, let me use this analogy so y'all can get our point. Sorry, please don't feel offended. There's There's a difference between a rental car and a car you want to put in the driveway. I don't know if I need to explain that.
Yeah.
Do I need to elaborate?
I got you.
Right. Rental cars, we driving it crazy on the freeway. We're going 150 miles per hour, skirting it all around. That's a fun car. I don't want that car every day. I don't want to be looking over my shoulder. I don't want to have to worry about these Y-hands, you know what I mean, trying to follow me home. That's the rental car. That's for a season, maybe a week or two. With the car, the family car, the car that I'm going to be doing my day-to-day, I want it to be probably more than likely low-key, something I ain't got to worry about. Somebody trying to follow me home, and I don't got to worry about it getting stolen, you know, and it's cool, it's work, it's serviceable. That's kind of like how we look at it with as a man perspective, is how we looking at women with BBLs versus a natural woman that we want to take home and introduce to family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And are women aware of that, or do they know this, or they don't know this?
I don't think they know. For me, I used to wear weaves and synthetic hair and stuff like that. And for me, when I stopped, it was very liberating because I actually took the time out to like get to know what type of hair I have, how to take care of it. And there's a sense of pride, not like being wicked, but just like being proud of like what you look like and who you are, being okay with that and being comfortable with that. I think it's just the lack of being comfortable with yourself that maybe makes these girls go out and do what they do, you know, to be accepted.
Right. All right. You got one more question for the sister before we bring anybody else on? Aaliyah, you still gonna get on? Hit the link.
Sister Justice, what would be your words of wisdom to a younger sister, or to like say an adolescent sister who's in her teenage years? You know, the comments are starting to hit a little bit harder. She's starting to look in the mirror more, looking at herself. What would you tell her in the environment of the world today, how to stay grounded and love herself? What kind of words would you give, or wisdom would you give her to again help her navigate? Because that's the whole purpose. We want to know a solution so that we can build a better generation of women than what we had before. So what kind of words would you give that sister to take with her, to chew on, to help her navigate those feelings she's having about herself, and being prideful in who she is, not in a wicked sense, of course, but having pride in herself as an Israelite, as a Black woman, and what God gave her?
That's a good question. I think I would tell her, you know, in this world, the only opinion that matters is the Father. So when you read your scriptures, I would give her a couple scriptures. I might be a little rusty. Hold up. Father, forgive me. All right, wait. I think it's like Psalms like 50:2, where it talks about like out of Zion is the perfection of beauty.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, all praises. You know, build her up that way to let her know that the Father looks at her like he's the first author of beauty. And so if he created, you know, the earth and heaven and earth in 6 days, and he decided to create you, like his creation is perfection. It's perfect. It's already made. So making sure that her foundation is in the Father, and to see herself like how the Father does. And I would just go with that aspect.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Start off with that. So the Bible is the solution. All praises. The Bible is the solution. It can fix this, man. We got to get back to these scriptures, man. Well, we appreciate you, Sister Justice. Thanks a lot for your insight.
Thank you.
Praises. All right, Aaliyah. You on, sis? You on, sis? You want me to repeat the question? I think talking to the mic. Try to talk. Give me a mic check. Give me a mic check. All right, let me see. I'm gonna unmute you. All right, unmute yourself. All right, now talk. You trying to talk? You might have to make sure your phone is mic is shared. if you're on your phone, make sure your phone allows you to use this app. Well, it's not even an app. This is a website, so it should work. Turn your mic up. I'm gonna kick you out, Leah, and come back in. Maybe it's some technical issues. I'm gonna kick you out. Come back in. I'm gonna kick you out. Come back in. Try one more time. And if it don't work, you can just comment below. But I appreciate the sisters coming on. They gave some very, very valuable insight on a lot of these problems we have in our community. The trauma, man. Like the sister said that she was touched, inappropriately as a kid. That.
So, like, y'all, to interject when my wife brought up a point to me that we have to address too. And I know we on this in here, we do this, but we got to be that beacon of light to the people that are without too. Like when little girls are touched, or even say your daughter or your son come to you and say, "Hey, Johnny or Gabrielle touched me inappropriately at school. I didn't like it." Reinforcing those boundaries and doing something about it, not talking to the little girl and saying, "Well, boys gonna be boys." No, absolutely not. He was dead wrong, and we're gonna go check that tomorrow. Daddy's gonna crash out. No, I'm just playing. It's like it. So, but we got to take it serious when our children are coming to us about these issues, especially when it comes to sexual abuse, because Black people, that happens too often. I remember when I was in elementary school playing grab butt, running around at recess playing grab. We all did that, bro. That's inappropriate though. And nobody was there to tell us, "Hey, little Shire, you can't be running around grabbing little girls. Like, that's inappropriate and it shouldn't be happening. Now go apologize to her and her parents." Like, no, we're not doing that. And that's not even something.
We gotta shame that behavior.
Yes, you have
when
to.
When you get that, when you like get that feeling of embarrassment where you can't even look up, you so embarrassed. That builds character, man. That builds a lot of character. They're going because you don't want to feel that no more. Let's get a mic check. Let's get a mic check, Aaliyah. Let me see. Right now. Try now. It's not working.
No, it's still low. Make sure you close all of your back apps too, Aaliyah, because it may be an app that you have open that's utilizing your microphone.
This is not an app though. This is a website, so it should work. If her mic work.
Or you may have to download the StreamYard app real quick and then hop on through the StreamYard.
I don't think it's an app. It's a website. It's web based.
StreamYard got an app.
I think it's it might be her internet connection. Salaki says we appreciate you though. We appreciate you. It might be her
we might have to run it back. Okay. She's gonna try on the mom phone.
Yeah, try your mom phone.
Hey, Sister Raya, if you're not busy with the kids, I would love to hear what you have to say on this topic too. If you're not occupied, I know you are occupied, but if you can make some time in your occupation, I think it'd be appreciated for everybody on live to hear your wisdom on this as well. I don't mean to put you on the front line, but you are a respected sister in the community for sure, and you got the experience to speak on this, having 5 daughters.
Let me see if my wife want to talk real quick. Let me see.
Yeah, bring Danny up here for sure. We need some vets in this thing. Mine's well instructed. Yeah, Leah, try to copy and paste the link from the chat in here on YouTube, and then put it in your StreamYard app. Be a Sister Raya, if you can come up, I would love for you to come up and give your wisdom. Hopefully Danielle can hop on real quick. And sisters, y'all are appreciated for sure. For sure. We really appreciate y'all's wisdom on this topic, because we want y'all to feel heard and to be heard as well, because we can't make it into the kingdom without the women. Y'all got to be on point too.
Yeah, mommy duties, man, and she's shy.
Right.
Mommy duties. All right, one more time, Leah. This is the last time. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
Told you.
All right. So I had to do it on my mom's phone.
God.
All right, bring it out.
Okay, what were the questions?
So the question was, why do we feel like our sisters? I mean, why our sisters feel like they need to go through like these extraneous measures to reach this imaginary standard of beauty, BBL, tummy tucks, all these different augmentations to their body, enhancements, rather than just go with just the minimum enhancements, a little makeup here and there, maybe a little hairstyle, but they go through like fake hair. They got to do so much stuff to feel like they're beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's kind of almost in a sense like a white man's standard of beauty because they get the blonde hair and all that stuff. Like, what is that? What's the psychosis behind it?
It is. It has a lot to do with our beauty standard, what we see, what's advertised, what we see online, what we see on social media, and then also what a lot of our male peers are consuming. From what I've heard from a lot of different women, but especially women in the Israelite community, it's mainly a lot of insecurity that stemmed from a lot of trauma. So one of the biggest thing is, like I said, sexual assault. What typically happens after that is you have very low self-esteem. A lot of the times with sexual assault victims, they will experience with their assaulters being degraded because of the way that their body looks or because of the way that they quote unquote performed. So that also takes a toll. I've heard that a lot within Black and Latin communities and even Native American communities. That's something that's really unspoken of. Like, it's the abuse on women in Native American communities is not talked about enough.
Come on. She said something kind of deep. I don't know if you caught that. So you said they feel degraded because of the performance?
Right. So what a lot of abusers will do, doesn't matter if they're related or strangers, what they'll do is they will rate them rate them on how they reacted while being sexually assaulted or how they look while being sexually assaulted. And so that will take a toll on that young woman or that woman's self-esteem and how she perceives herself when she looks into the mirror or when she sees herself. So that's one thing. And then another is just basic relationships with men that don't include sexual assault. A lot of the times with women or daughters, we're not seeing a healthy example of what a husband and wife looks like in a home. We're not seeing, like, our fathers are not taking our mothers out on dates. There's no complimenting. There's one thing I just saw not too long ago was this woman. She was talking about how men often say, "Oh, who are you getting dressed up for?" and how much that affects women when they do get dressed up. Because part of it, a big portion of why women get dressed up is for men. The only other reason that they would be getting dressed up is for a little bit of self-esteem. And if they do it for other women, it's kind of like a big sister, little sister kind of thing. It's kind of like coming of age. You want to look like the person that you looked up to growing up, which is why nowadays, or just in general, society has to collect women to advertise them as such things because it's all a profit. So same thing like what I was saying before. If you're growing up or if your husband is asking you these things like, "Oh, well, who are you getting dressed up for?" or not complimenting you when you do get dressed up, naturally you're going to want to either look for validation elsewhere or you're going to want to be or look like one of those empowerment women that you see in advertisements, whether it be in the music industry or the fashion industry, whatever industries, or even sometimes in it could be in your community. There's always that one woman that you see that looks like they have everything together. She doesn't have any kids. She's all for feminism and women empowerment. and she's, she dresses however she wants to dress. She doesn't care what any man or any woman has to say about her. And so women will start to value that. And because now the wife is doing that, obviously the daughter is going to pick up on that behavior. And because her father is not as prominent in her life as he should be, now the result is going to be, okay, well, in school, because this is another thing that people don't pay attention to, school is very sexualized now. When I was growing up in school, sex was all over the place. It was the main topic as
my
early
kids
as
never go to school.
kindergarten.
To your point, my kids would never go to school. They would never.
Yeah, I would never send my future kids to school, and I'm grateful that my parents were able to put me in homeschool because I was, subjected to that at a young age, and the adults that are working in that school, they don't care because they're there to get a paycheck. But sex was, a big topic, and like Brother Shire was saying, then when you grow up in, Israelite households, inappropriate games were often a big thing, as well as inappropriate music. Back in the 90s, R. Kelly was a big thing, or a lot of these rappers who we're coming to know now were really big pedophiles. That was blasting throughout the house. So this is all that you're growing up seeing is sex initially. You're not growing up seeing healthy dynamics of positive people who love themselves or love others. You're seeing lustful images. So even in school now, that daughter is being subjected to sex in school. She's learning, okay, well, this is what boys of this crowd, which is the popular group of boys, this is the kind of girls that they like. And this is how I need to dress in order to climb the social ladder to be somebody who's admired. Same thing like the sisters are bringing out with some privilege.
You cooking, sis, but let me ask you this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me cut you off a little bit. Is it ever discussed the dark side of being sexually appealing, being sexually wanted? Are those discussions had among your peers, right? Where you have this idea of beauty, right? Or this woman that gets all the guys and the attention of all the guys. Are you guys aware of the dark side of that? Because everything has a balance, right? Are you aware of the dark side of that?
I would say that for a good majority, yes, but because of how much trauma we've been through, it doesn't really stick. I've noticed that with a lot of women, there's always one woman around that is telling other women or other girls, to keep to themselves or to dress modestly or to act a certain kind of way. But because of what you're growing up in a daily basis, that message is not really going to adhere. So it basically goes in one ear and out the other. But most women know. Only, I would say, women who are in very, very like bad poverty, where they're growing up with just plain unhealthy examples. They have little to no resources to like an outside world. That's where you'll find not really those women like that don't know. But as far as women who are like in the city and they get out, or young girls that are in the city, like here in New York City, I have a ton of people that I grew up with that were at first like what you would think is a good girl, and then she started hanging around the wrong kind of girls. And once you start hanging around popular groups, the jokes and comedy starts flowing in, and then you become the class clown because the teachers are taking you off. So you don't really care about respecting them or respecting other people in, your classroom. So you're going to go and put yourself into the group that matches what you are now becoming. And once you get there, now you're exposed to even more unhealthy characteristics or behaviors. So, for example, there was a girl that I knew that I was friends with for a little while, and she She started off straight A student. She was always in a dress. She was always in modest apparel. She wore her natural hair. And she was a black girl. She's not an Israelite, but she was a black girl. And as soon as she started hanging around the wrong groups of girls, she went entirely left. There were she would have a boyfriend every week.
Let me cut you off. To your point, right? Look at this. This is the woman on the left, right? Who kind of
Share screen now.
I can't see anything.
It's not shared?
No.
Share screen.
To the sister elite point, right? Y'all
Oh
can see it
yeah.
now? So we got the sister on the left, Cuban Lust. I think that's her name. Beautiful woman. You know, she was out partying, you know, doing that, living that Diddy lifestyle. You know what I mean? Every other city, you know, popping bottles, probably doing drugs, you know, sleeping with multiple men, all these different things, right? The hottest thing at one point in time, right? 2010, 2009, hottest thing smoking. Now, this is how she look now.
Yeah.
And this
She
is
was
just
one of the first video vixens. She was a very popular video vixen.
And this is the ramifications of that. And this is the dark side of what I'm talking about. When you're getting all the DMs, because you might meet the wrong dude that'll slip some of your drink like a Diddy.
Yeah.
Who would make you, he first of all, he's going to take control of your mind, and he's going to break you down and make you not beautiful, make you not feel beautiful, even though you still are. You can ask Cassie. And then he's going to make you do stuff like this, and then you run the risk of taking the wrong drug and then end up like this. That's the dark side that we got to get out, because and another dark side could possibly be, you know what I mean, the situation with Susanna, as the brother of Shire went into, right? Where you might have these men who are overly aggressive, who see you looking this beautiful, right? And Susanna was covered up from head to toe. She might have been a curvy woman for them to do that, but let's just say you not covered head up from head to toe. Now you got the risk of sexual assault or even rape.
Right.
Right.
Taken advantage of.
Exactly. Being taken advantage of in stronghold. So let's mitigate that. Let's mitigate that with the scriptures. The scriptures say a loving and kind, you know, a silent woman is something that should be valued. The scriptures also talks about being keepers at home, being discreet, which means low key. We need to make that popping. We need to make that. It's a way. I know it's not going to be. It's going to be difficult because, as the sister Didi went into, we're battling Satan. Satan has a big voice, and his voice is so right. He controls the airwaves essentially. So we're battling a demon literally, but within the control we do have, right? Within our, because it starts within like small pockets, and it can like exponentially grow, right? In the household, if we get a good grip on sensationalizing women covered up, sensationalizing women with their hair wrapped, sensationalizing women being classy again, and holding that up to the model of beauty, I think we can probably not save my generation, but maybe the generation coming after us, you know what I'm saying? Because my generation is finished, man. My generation is finished. I don't think it's no saving us. But maybe the generation after, you know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully, you know, my generation. I know out here, another big thing that a lot of teenagers like to go to is these quote unquote teenager clubs, which is really not a teenager club. There's just teenagers that are there, and there's still an adult club like right next to it. But another thing that is also very prominent, that a lot of people don't speak about is trafficking, human trafficking, whether it be child trafficking or human trafficking. And this is all what do they have to say? This is all for entertainment purposes. This is not don't demonetize this, because YouTube likes to demonetize anything that talks about trafficking. But a lot of these young girls it goes deeper than prostitution. They'll be in these traffic rings for like years on end, and then a lot of your celebrities, your top celebrities, they were trafficked. They just don't talk about it as much, but a lot of your women celebrities, they were trafficked or they're going through trafficking. That's why this whole Diddy case is so quote unquote surprising for so many, is because all of these things are coming out that people have been saying for years, and it's mind-boggling to the public because we've been so taught that these things are rare or that these things don't happen so often as they do. So what I've seen or overheard from other classmates, or even from in my mom's time till now, there will be girls that, you know, they go out or they have certain family members who will sell them into different groups or quote unquote powerful people, and they'll end up in certain places where, okay, now you have to fit a certain look and you have to advertise this look for others so that this way we can make a profit off of what quote unquote men and women want.
Do you you're relatively young. Do you have a social media? Do your mom let you have social media?
I don't post anything on it. The only reason why I had it was because that's the only other way that I was able to talk to certain family members, but I don't post anything on it. I don't look forward to posting anything on it. So no,
what
not
social
really.
media do you have? What do you have?
I only have Instagram. And that's about it.
And how old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay. I think we got to do a better job parenting, and kudos to her mother, man. You only have Instagram, and you probably don't even post pictures, right?
No, I don't post anything. If I were to ever start any content, then it would be for business purposes, and that's it.
Okay. I think we have to get rid of social media, man.
Yeah.
That's the virus. I think that's the cure to a lot of the sickness in our communities right now. Because
not for nothing. Sorry to cut you off, but not for nothing. Social media and the technology it's very unhealthy. When you, like, a lot of people, the first thing that they do when they wake up is they'll get on their phones, or they're put on their TV, or they get on their devices, and they're not realizing the physical or the health disadvantages that has. That causes high cortisol in people, which
right.
can also create a lot of fluid in the face or the body, making you more lazy and having a more bloated appearance.
Right. Give me that precept real quick,
like, I'm 17 and I still have parental control on my devices. I don't want it all there. Some of it is some of it is a little bit much, but I do like, as far as internet, I don't. No, I mean, like, my phone has a timer on it, but sometimes it is good, but at the same time, if I have an emergencies, I cannot call anybody on it. That's the only problem. I can't figure out certain things. If I'm outside, it'll just shut off at any point in time. But
you homeschool, right?
Yeah.
You better be lucky you got a phone.
I know.
Yeah.
You better be lucky you got a phone. So your mom, I agree. She, I'm 100% in agreement with that. Monitor your kids as much as you could. But give me that Ephesians 2:2 real quick.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. God. Shout out Sister Cherish, man. It's a good mom.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. She's doing the best she could. Doing a good job.
Thank you.
This is Ephesians. Oh, sorry. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and verse 2. Wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
The prince of the power of the air. Read on.
The spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
The spirit now that works in the children of disobedience, because the prince of the air has manipulated our people through social conditioning, social engineering. socially engineering us, you know what I mean, and creating babies to become thoughts. Socially I mean, for example, what was the girl that went viral not too long ago? Sexy Red? Doesn't she has a egregious song? What was the line? My booty hole's brown? And little 5-year-old girls are singing that song in the preschool. Yeah. How does the preschool girl singing that song? How did she even know this song? My booty hole's brown? What are we talking about? Poor mothers is rolling over in their grave right now, hearing stuff like that. So I believe the same way they got us is the same way we can reverse the curses by cutting it off. You know what I'm saying? Doing the best we could to cut it off. I know we can't monitor everything, but let's try our best to get our kids off social media, the next up and coming generation. I believe kids, like I said, born 2014 and up, we could probably get them. You know what I mean? Because these kids is, I mean, although they are in the social media space, they could be saved because these kids is like rebellious against the government, rebellious against a lot of the social norms. You know what I'm saying? So they'll at least have the open ear of listening. And as the sister Dee went into earlier, like everybody, the jig is up. Everybody know what time it is, man. You heard the truth somehow, some way. Whether you seen it on social media, whether you seen them crazy niggas on the street corner, you seen something. You heard something in some way. And now it's time to just really have this serious conversation. Yeah, America is finished. I agree, 100%. America's finished. But we do appreciate you, sis, for bringing it out. You shared a lot of good insight. Extremely smart, extremely bright. We appreciate you bringing it out. Thank you. All praises, all praises. All right, sister. So we're gonna go ahead and remove you, Sister Dee. We appreciate you dearly, sis, and Sister Aaliyah, and we'll close out.
All right, it was nice talking to you guys and to the family online.
Godspeed, sis.
Godspeed, Sister Dee. The water.
Appreciate you. All praises. Sisters was bringing it out, man. They was bringing out some stuff. It was cooking, bro. Both of them. They was really doing their thing. Appreciate the sisters. They was really getting busy. Any closing remarks, Hawk? I mean, any closing thoughts? They shared a lot of stuff with us. They give us some good insight. You know what I mean? Now I got a better understanding, and I think I got to be a little bit more mindful about. I still feel like we need a loud voice and echo chamber of shaming, bad behavior, and making it feel. Don't let it live. Don't let it believe it can fester, especially among these communities. You know what I'm saying? If it's bad, we're gonna vilify it. We're gonna demonize it. I mean, because God said, you know what I'm saying? God said so. But damn, you know what I mean? We gotta fix the sexual assault that our sisters are subjugated to at a young age. You know what I mean? Like Sister Dee came on and said that, you know, she was sexually assaulted by somebody close to her family. I feel like we gotta talk about that type of stuff, man. We can't sweep that under the rug. And whoever the accuser or the abuser is, he needs to get baptized, and he needs to be brought out, right? And he needs to be ridiculed. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He needs to be ridiculed. He shouldn't be able to hide, right? That's why I love the song "Not Like Us" by my boy Kendrick. We highlighting all of you damn pedophiles, man. We're highlighting you, man. You can't hide no more. You can't hide no more. We're gonna download the app. We're gonna know where you at. And if you in our communities, and if we get to the point where we can build Israelite communities, we can shun y'all out. We can ostracize ourselves from them. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's time, man. We're in a time of revelation. Things are being revealed, right? All the darkness is coming to the light. So yeah, we bringing all that stuff. I mean, like you said, you just found out a family secret, right? From somebody that you respect. Like that stuff needs to come to the light, bro. You know what I'm saying? That stuff needs to come. You can't be this the beloved family member that everybody respects because you got money and you look the part, but then you got a secret when you was touching little girls. No, nigga, we need to talk about you. You need to get baptized. You need to get beat up. You need to get ridiculed. You need to get slapped up. And we need to know who you is, so you don't go affecting other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's my take on it. That's how I feel. I'll yield. I mean, if you got something you want to.
I do. I want to close out with this, right? I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I just want to show the family this, right? Because sisters, we gotta learn to love ourselves, and we gotta learn to love each other. Sisters, y'all gotta learn how to love one another, right? And the statement is so true. You cannot love somebody else if you don't love yourself, right? This is John 13:35. I'm gonna end off with a Mashiach Yahushua. Right? It says, but this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. Right? I want to look at that word love used here in the Greek. Right? It's G26, agape. Right? And the Strong's definition for agape is affection or benevolence. Right? I'm gonna get the definition of affection real quick. I'm in on this. Right? Affection, a gentle feeling of fondness or liking, physical expression of affection, in the archaic sense, the act or process of affecting or being affected, right? So here, fondness, love, liking, endearment, right? Endearment, a word or phrase expressing love or affection, right? Sisters, y'all gotta make it. I'm charging every sister that's on this live right now to make it your mission to exchange info with another sister on this live. And y'all start, we already have a women's group chat for believers of the way, but some sisters in here may not be necessarily a congregant. They just mess with Bow. But this ain't just about Bow. This is bigger than Bow. This is about the nation. And we gotta learn to love one another affectionately, showing affection toward one another, not sexually, but platonically. Just showing genuine care for your fellow sister, so that we can start to rebuild these sisterhoods, and through the rebuilding of the sisterhood, rebuilding one another. Right? All praise to the Most High. I appreciate all of the sisters that came on and had the courage to come on here. I know it can be nerve-wracking getting on these lives, seeing all these people. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you sisters for having courage to come up here and speak on this topic and giving us some perspective. So I really appreciate y'all, but y'all gotta learn to love one another and start building each other up. Y'all got to start taking the sisterhood more serious. This ain't just about the men, women, and children going into the kingdom. We need everybody on the same page. Us as men, we need y'all help. We too busy worried about the works. We need y'all to be on point while we're away building up the kingdom. Y'all got to be on the same page with us. We need y'all help, and y'all got to have people to refill y'all cups when we're away. So y'all got to build the sisterhood. Y'all gotta build the sisterhood. So I adjure you, sisters, exchange information with another sister and start making it your business to exhort one another every single day. That's my homework. That's the Shire's homework for the sisters online today. Find another sister.
And we gotta shame. So like I gotta reiterate, man. We gotta shame bad behavior. Sisters, right? If you know a sister that's in the truth or coming into the truth, is she talking to a lot of guys? Get on that, sister.
That's love. That's love.
It's no different. It's no different if I had a brother that was coming into the truth or whatever, and he wanted to join Bow, and he was just like a womanizer, or he was talking to a lot of women. Hey, bro, you know you can't do that here, right? God said you can't do that, bro. All right, God said you can't do that. So you got to clean up your bad behavior. You know what I mean? You got to clean it up immediately. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, a sister, you know, think, I don't know, man. It's just like marriage it should be the end goal. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be having sex if you're not married. Marriage is the only thing that God honors. And if you're not married, then he's not honoring it, right? Marriage is honorable, but everything else the Lord will judge. So it's important that we understand those nuances. You know what I'm saying? We understand those nuances. And I know sisters want to feel wanted, but that comes into picking the right man, right? That comes in picking the right man. You know what I mean? You pick the right. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel wanted. You know what I mean? Ask people like
that all the time.
Ask Ratazar. Ask Ratazar. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife got a lot of kids. That's my wife. He got a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? Ask you. We got a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? So you want that, and picking the right guy who wants you. You know what I mean? For everything. You know what I mean? You're beautiful. He cares about your mind, your spirit, how you raise the children. All these different things can turn on a man. You know, a man of godliness. So it's not a one-off fits all. I know it's a day-by-day struggle, and everybody's situation is different. But I guess my contribution to helping building the nation is to make sure our sisters are loving thyself a lot better. Is to first of all repent. Talk about the trauma, talk about the pain. Get it out there, and then we gotta shame bad behavior, man. We gotta shame bad behavior. That's important, man. Because I be seeing way too much on social media, women seconding and I ain't talking about women in the truth. I'm just talking about women in general, seconding and doubling down on bad behavior. Did you see the sister standing up for Cardi B when Cardi B was 8 months pregnant with her husband's wife, her husband's child? 8 months pregnant with her husband's child, and then she went to go sleep with another man, and the women were like, "That's okay,"
and praising her for it.
Praising her, like we can't not allow that type of stuff to materialize. Now, Cardi B knows she messed up immediately. When she talked about that, she knows she messed up immediately.
Embarrassed.
She's super embarrassed. She said, "I don't want men to think that I'm like that." It's already out there, sister. It's over.
Yeah, to my brother's point, sisters, we have y'all, because this is a thing amongst y'all. Y'all have, and not the sisters in the truth, but amongst the black and Hispanic women, y'all have that two wrongs do make a right spirit. Y'all have that get it back in blood spirit. Y'all gotta kill that amongst each other. Y'all gotta kill it. The Bible does not
render evil for evil, man. We can't render evil for evil.
Can you get that 2 Peter? And if you have the unbelieving husband, Barbara Kashar, the Bible tells you to remain upright even if your husband is a infidel. Let's talk about that. That doesn't give you license to go and be wicked. Right? So we have to get back to the accountability and holding y'all sisters holding one another accountable and being able to take the correction and be accountable for your actions. Right? I believe that
if he obey not the word, this 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won over by the conversation of the wives. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning let it not be that outward adorn of plaiting the hair, or of wearing of gold, or putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man or woman of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornaments of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price.
See that? That's what the Most High holds the great price, is your spirit, the spiritual attributes that you have. The Lord don't care about your bust down 60-inch blonde wig. He doesn't care. Are you shamefaced? Are you righteous? Are you leading a holy life? Can you take accountability for your actions? Or are you going to keep hiding behind the guise of I'm a woman and you got to talk to me a certain way? Right? Because sisters, y'all do that too. Y'all say, well, you got to love me like Christ loved the church. But y'all fail to read those scriptures where Christ rebuked Peter and all of his other disciples when he was checking them. When God checks our nation, y'all forget all that. Like when it comes to correction, when you get uncomfortable, when you have to be in that accountability bubble and you want to pop it instead of staying in there and then taking it, y'all got to remember that the Lord doesn't give you license to be a sinner because sinful things are going on around you. You got to keep it righteous at all times.
This is the bad behavior I'm talking about right here. This is sister, right? Israelite sister.
Yeah.
It's Israelite sister, right?
madness and
Watch
bad.
her defend Cardi B's bad behavior. Ain't no way in hell am I defending Offset. He's a bum, adulterer, piece of crap husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, right? The scriptures say, hey, look, a wicked man is given to a wicked woman. Right?
That's a fact. That's what it say. That's what the good book say.
Right? Cardi B, you can't cry wolf when you monetize being a whore. You are a reformed stripper.
Mm-hmm.
And all your music is about degrading of our people. Either getting over on a nigga or, you know, popping your vagina. So we're not finished.
Which one is more dangerous? Having sex with another man or getting stressed out by your baby father who's running around, cheating on you, coming back, fucking you or not fucking you, but your baby father's running around in front of millions and millions of people, cheating on you, disrespecting you.
Excuse our language.
Which one do you think causes more harm to the baby? Which one do you think is more likely to result in miscarriage? Stress from high blood pressure, high cortisol, and I'm stressing the fuck out crying over a nigga, or a good old orgasm from another nigga? Which one do you think is more harmful?
Why that's
you hear this?
Yeah, the justification is mad wild.
I'm not going to even play the rest of this because I'm about to get mad. Bro.
Yeah, y'all see what's going on.
Y'all see the echo chamber of women we dealing with, man. We gotta ridicule that. That's terrible. She's trying to give her a pass.
No, she is giving her a pass. It's not trying.
Yes,
She's giving. Like,
how about both? How about both? How about both?
Exactly. I'm like, well, one, he can give you a disease, dummy. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, and the dude that allegedly did it, he's known for being a whore. He's no different from Offset. So you leave Offset to go get another Offset? Let's talk about that.
So you just have, again, accountability. So you have poor decision-making skills, Cardi B. You went from one Offset to another. So obviously you sure know how to pick them. So I don't want to hear anything about stress. Because you make bad decisions. You make terrible decisions.
Yeah, they said it was Trayvon Diggs, who's the male gigolo football player who sleeps with all the thoughts. He's been doing it since 2014.
Right.
So you went to go cheat on your husband with that dude. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't want to hear it. We got to ridicule that bad behavior. That bad behavior cannot live. Oh, it's Esau.
Yeah, definitely.
Bayan, yeah, my boy Bayan.
Shalom, Bayan. Godspeed.
Yeah, Godspeed to my brother Bayan out there, Detroit, holding it down. Yeah, yeah, it's Esau doing that. It's propaganda. You know what I mean? Propaganda. It's just to cause confusion. And the goal, I mean, his goal is if I cause this confusion and I manipulate the algorithm a little bit, and I have these gender wars, then I can create more punks, more flaming faggots, and less people getting married, which in whole makes the black woman more susceptible because now she's lost, confused, and misguided. So that's the goal. Let me cause a gender war because we know marriage is the building block of our community. But if I cause people to not be married and they have this arguing, bickering, and back and forth, and they have these genuine sentiments towards each other, then I can kind of wiggle in, right? I can wiggle in and then create whatever narrative I want to. So it's Esau.
To your point, if I can destroy the familiar structure of a nation, then I can impose my own ideologies and philosophies into that nation, because there is no garrison. There's no protection for the nation. The familial structure is the backbone of the nation, the families.
Give me that one. To your point. Give me that one in Sirach 30.
Come.
That's a big. It's no garrison. It's no protection. Sirach 30. Right. This is why the scriptures say this in Sirach 30. Right. Give me that one in Sirach 30, verse 3.
Verse 3. This is Sirach 30 and verse number 3. It says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him."
Right, you seen his sister Cherish. She's so happy and enamored with her daughter, right? Because her daughter is special. Aaliyah is special, right? But the first part of that says, "He that teaches his son or daughter grieveth the enemy." How are you grieving the enemy? Because the enemy can't pollute the mind of your kids.
Bingo.
You're gonna be hard pressed to try to get on Raptor daughters. I'm telling you, they got strong parents on both sides. Why y'all ain't having it? Rata ain't having it.
God.
You're gonna be hard pressed to try to press my daughters. You're gonna be hard pressed. God forbid, any of them go off. I pray the Most High don't ever let any of them go off. But you're gonna be hard pressed. Mama in total agreement with daddy, and daddy would die behind his. You know what I'm saying? So this is a garrison that we are building in our nations when we do it correctly according to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Lob. I'm thinking about Lob and Kastani. They got a big family that's in the truth. You're gonna be hard pressed to like trying to penetrate their family when they start having kids. You got Thunder, you got Makai. It's gonna be hard pressed to just. I'm thinking about Diana, Taz's daughter. It's gonna be hard pressed. She got too many brothers. It's gonna be hard pressed. You're not finna get through that. That's a garrison of protection, and that's good.
Okay.
That's good because our sisters been exposed too much. They've been too exposed, so we gotta do a better job with protecting, and that's why the scripture says, "He that teaches his son or the daughter grieves the enemy," because now the enemy can't put our daughters on a strip pole. They can't put our sons in Pelican Bay and lock them up and make billions of dollars. Through the Industrial Revolution, they can't do that stuff no more. You know what I'm saying? Through this prisoner pipeline complex, they can't do any of these things. You know what I mean? Because we keep the commandments is keeping our sisters off the pole. The commandments is keeping my young kings from killing each other. Right? The commandments is solving a lot of these issues that we have in toxicity within our community. So that was a beautiful point you brought out. I love that point. It's like a garrison of protection, man.
Yeah, that's what the gender war is all. If you read the Willie Lynch letter, that's literally what happened. They put the woman in the front, which created the mammy spirit, the mammy role, right? Where you have Big Mama. Big Mama is not supposed to exist. That position of Big Mama is supposed to be destroyed. She shouldn't exist. That happened during slavery.
We gotta kill that shit. Yeah, we gotta kill that.
You know, so this is why if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it, right? They moved the man to the back. They broke him in front of his wife and his children, right? So that they would look at him as less than. They would rape the man in front of the woman and the children, right? Then they would separate the children from the mother and father. And then if you had a very evil Edomite slave master, they would take the mother and bring the man and rape her in front of the man. And this evolved over time into what we see now with social media as the gender wars, pitting the man against the woman, when in reality, actually, because social media is a small microcosm of what's really going on in the community, in reality, 83% of men who make six figures choose Black women. Black men who make over $100,000 a year, 83% of those men choose Black women and marry them.
Yeah, they're not factoring in the Black college kids because a lot of
so
those, we marry, we stay within our race.
Bingo.
So that is anomaly. What the sister says, if you're in the truth and you have a sister not in the truth, but still Christian, are they considered sisters? Because they not in the truth, I have no nearby Israelite family. Yeah, that's still your sister, but she just not your spiritual sister. Okay. Spiritually, she's not your sister, but yeah, that's still your sister. You know what I mean? That's still your sister. Still love her. You know what I mean? She's without. She's not in the knowledge of none of this. I mean, my wife's still very close to her sister. You know what I mean? But it's boundaries. Yeah, it's boundaries. It's boundaries set. So yeah, that's still your sister. It's not a sin for you to hang out with your sister. I still hang out with my brother. But it's not. It's boundaries. I mean, it's me and my brother. It's all business related. That's the only reason why our relationship. I mean, I love him to death though, but I'm just saying, like, it has to be something rooted in some type of righteousness for y'all to keep that relationship alive. Now, if you had a sister and your relationship was going out, now that relationship is going to be messed up. It's going to be messed up now because you can't go out with her no more because it's like, I'm in righteousness, you in wickedness, we're going to have a clash. You know what I'm saying? So try to find something. Maybe it's kids. I don't know. I see you married. Maybe it could be your kids, where the kids come over to the house and y'all have a little play date, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, you can still talk to your sister. Y'all just spiritually not sisters no more. This is why we need to teach our children ourselves about the truth of Black history. Absolutely. History is important. The scriptures say that. I pray thee that you search the truth of your fathers, right? I pray thee. I prayed that Job said in the book of Job chapter 9. So that is a good point. That is a good point. Absolutely. All right, family. So we talked enough. It's about 3 hours in. I know a lot of y'all might be sleepy, whatnot. I appreciate y'all for coming on and hanging out with us. You know, hopefully I was edified. I got a lot of good insight from the sisters, and I appreciate y'all helped us out a lot. I got a lot of things to think upon now, knowing the trauma that y'all are subjugated to and carry with a lot of these issues, these self-esteem issues. But at the end of the day, man, if y'all ain't hear from anybody, man, y'all are beautiful. I'm telling you, man, from a dude that was in the world and didn't have a problem getting girls, you know what I mean? Not to toot my own horn. I'm telling y'all that now that I'm in the truth, righteousness and righteous attire is very attractive. Very attractive.
And you're
Dot
natural
and
beauty.
whoredom. I'm telling you, it's not like dudes don't want to be seen with that. I wish I could find this one dude who's very accomplished. He talked about it. He's like, yeah, I had a chick with a BBL. She's a fun girl. He said, I just want to, you know. And then I think the sister Aaliyah brought it out too. He said, man, it's stink. He had an odor. Like they went to the Lakers game because he had bread. Took her to a Lakers game. They went to a nice dinner. They had a good time. But he said, this is the vibe. Took her back home. We did what we did. I told her she had to get in the shower because her BBL still stink, which is a whole nother conversation. But he said, after that, it was that. He said, I didn't want to call her or talk to her no more. That's all it was. And it was like, why? She was beautiful. He was like, yeah, but it was just, like I said, the analogy I used earlier. She's a rental car.
Okay.
She's a rental. You turn those back in.
She's seasonal. She's a seasonal employee. She's not even part-time. She's seasonal.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Y'all got to understand the difference between, you know, somebody that you want to marry and somebody that you just rent for a little season. So I'll leave it there. Shouts to all the sisters that came on. Appreciate y'all at the water. Christ bless. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
God, shalom, Godspeed, family.